Hello everyone, how we doing? We excited to roll some dice? And roll some new dice for a change, because we're not rolling regular dice, we're rolling duality dice. Let me just check with my players. Alright, we're good. I undeafened myself. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Let's
Hey.
find the scene I made for this. Boom. There we go. Welcome, friends. Welcome to the first time we're playing Daggerheart on this channel. And for two of us in here, we've played Daggerheart a handful of times, but it's still like sub 5 sessions ever, so Daggerheart's pretty new to, I'm pretty sure, most of us in here. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm super excited. Before we get to our one-shot, I'll let all my lovely players for today introduce themselves, and then I'll go over the charity that we're doing this for and how your donations can affect our adventure today. We'll start with, because all of us here are a part of Team SideQuest except for one special guest, so we'll start with her. Storm, aka playing Rosalie today. Give us a little intro, who you are, what you do.
Hello, I am Storm. I'm an IRL friend of Laura's. We met in theater school. I haven't streamed in a very long time, so I'm a bit of the odd man out here. But I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to have fun with all these wonderful humans and to do something for a great cause.
Amazing. And I'm just gonna go in my screen order. So next we'll toss it over to Ken.
Hello. My name is Ken, otherwise a Falcon Dream. I have been on Team SideQuest for too long. Don't want to say the number of years because then I'll be sad. I'll be sad. And I've been playing D&D for probably about 6 years, so it's fun to do a different system that has a similar vibe, but I'm very excited.
Amazing. That would have been a good idea for me to said the intro would be like, tell us who you are and what your tabletop experience is. That would have been also a good intro. So pretend I said that from the beginning. Briar, let's go over to you next.
Hello. Can you hear me? Am I good?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure. It's been a hot minute. I'm Briar. I'm on Team SideQuest, of course. I have played D&D with Laura, and I have DM'd for Laura and also been DM'd for by Laura, and I've also gotten to play with Laura.
We probably
times,
play
so.
together like too much, but it's fine.
It's fine. And then yeah, so I sort of DM'd Daggerheart like half a time. And then I've DM'd D&D a few times, and I've been playing D&D off and on since like 2016-ish, maybe even 2015. But this will be my first time actually playing Daggerheart, so I'm very excited.
Woohoo. And Than, over to you.
Hello, I'm Than. I'm actually one of the founding staff members for SideQuest. And I've been playing with Laura for several years now, D&D with Call of the Netherdeep. I've been playing D&D for about 10 years, just recently started getting into DMing myself. But this is my first time playing Daggerheart.
Yay, I'm so excited. And I'm assuming you know me if you're here, but if not, if you're someone from another community, from one of our lovely players today, and you've come over here for the first time, my name is Laura. I'm a variety streamer. I do a lot of TTRPG stuff more and more as I gain confidence in my abilities, but I'll never entirely be confident at this, but you never will be, you just gotta do it. As Than mentioned, I have one completed campaign that is up on my YouTube that Briar and Than are both players in, and that is in good old D&D 5e. I have just recently started off-stream GMing a Daggerheart campaign. This is my first time doing any Daggerheart on stream, and first time doing a Daggerheart one-shot. I've played in many systems. That bottom shelf that you can mostly frame and the shelf below it are all tabletop RPG books. My husband and I have a slight problem. But we're excited for today. So how it's going to work before we get into it, as you can see on the left of your screen, which is this way on my camera, we have our donation bar for St. Jude, because it is officially St. Jude Play Live Month. If you don't know about St. Jude, but you're on Twitch, I'm very shocked. What rock have you been living under? But they are a absolutely phenomenal children's hospital, one of the leading cancer research institutes in the world. They also share their research. None of it is proprietary. None of it is like kept to themselves for profit or for anything like that. I got snacks delivered. Yay. Interruption.
Oh.
Sorry. And it's gone.
Snack test.
So yes, St. Jude is an absolutely incredible organization. This is like my 5th year fundraising for them, I think. Our overall goal is $500 in the month of May. If we hit $500 on my channel, I have to play World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore until I die. And we're going to see how many levels I make it. And your donations, there's a poll on the Tiltify page. So when you make a donation, win/if, you can put it towards our poll. And the poll is you get to choose what race I play for that WoW character if we hit the 500 goal. Right now, I believe Gnome is in the lead with $25. So, and right behind it, I think, is $20. So for $6, you could be the current leader in who I'm going to play in World of Warcraft Classic Mode Hardcore. We have a bunch of other artsy themed incentives beyond that. We have like a painting stream. We have a bookish craft stream. There's all sorts of smaller sub goals. And our first one's at $50, which is only $5 away. If we hit $50, I'll be doing a giveaway for a $50 Cosmic Candles gift card. Cosmic Candles, maker of candles that I have far too many in my house. And I have a lot of the bookish candles. I mean, who doesn't want a candle that says Shadow Daddy behind them at all times, right? Or a candle that says fake dating. I have a bunch of candles named after book tropes. So that's our first incentive that we're going for today. And I believe the last thing about our St. Jude campaign donations today, any donations made during the one shot, you get to choose either you can give any player at the table a hope, or you can give me a fear, the GM. If you don't know what that means, you'll see as we play, but think of it as a currency that allows us to do more elaborate things. The more hope a player has, the more fancy moves they get to make, the more fear I have, the more I get to make their life difficult. And with that, we're gonna get started. And on our overlay, you see the name above the players is their name, their online handle. Below is their character name and the ancestry and class their character is, if you are curious. So we're going to jump into it today. Our party today has been assembled by Ken's character, Marlowe, who is the sorcerer and arcane advisor to King Alaris of the kingdom that they reside in. So Marlowe's kind of like the leader of our adventuring party, and the rest have been hand-chosen by her, or potentially forced to come along. You'll find out as we play. I'm just adjusting my background music volume. Don't know what that noise was. That was some sort of Twitch alert, but I didn't see it. Whoever it was, thanks for that. All right. I definitely meant to turn those off, and I forgot, but it's too late now. So, I was in a good habit of this when we were doing Netherdeep. I had my pre-D&D stream routine. None of that now. It's all gone. Zoe, hello. Hi. Welcome. All right. Oh, that does work. The last thing is my chat interaction will be pretty minimal because I need to focus on DMing, especially because new system, new for a lot of us. My normal streams, there's very high level of chat interaction, but for this one, minimal, at least from me. I will not speak for our players, but just putting that out there. All right. To our adventure today, the Sablewood Messengers is the name of this one shot. So this evening, our adventuring party, put together by Marlowe, has finally made it to the Sablewood. You are currently together riding a carriage through the sprawling forest of colossal trees, which some say are even older than the Forgotten Gods. Sablewood is renowned for two things: its sunken pathways that provide the trade routes for many traveling merchants, and its unique hybrid animals. Even now, from within your carriage, you can hear strange sounds: the low calls of the lark moths, the croak of lemur toads, and the skittering of a family of foxbats in the underbrush. One of you is driving the carriage. Who is driving the carriage? You tell me.
I nominate Than as tribute.
You've been voluntold.
Because Kind of
All right, yeah, I'll unmute my mic. I'll go ahead and drive it. Yeah, I got you.
All right, so Sidarian is our carriage driver for this part of the journey, which makes sense. Sidarian is one of the two, probably who's most familiar with these woods. You've noticed something unique about the look of the trees here in the Sablewood. What does Sidarian notice that stands out to him compared to other wooded locations?
I think just the density of the foliage everywhere other than the road is just, it's always been so thick and dense. But
That
undergrowth,
is-
the trees are close together. There's just
Dense is the right word for the Sablewood. Other than its hybrid animals, is also known for, in between the trees, a lot of forests would just have maybe fallen leaves, soft dirt, some moss, loamy ground to walk on, some fallen branches. But the Sablewood has really dense, like thorny bramble patches, briar, thicket. There is just very, to most, inhospitable seeming foliage, even when the trees do clear. So that's why the trade routes are well worn, because you can't really go off-road in Sablewood very much, except for one group of residents who is known to be able to navigate this dense foliage. As your steeds pull the carriage around a tight corner, one wheel coming off the ground for just a moment, you see an overturned merchant's cart laying sideways in the path before you, blocking your way. A scattering of fruits and vegetables litter the trail. From around the side of the carriage steps a Strix wolf. This is a large creature with the body of a wolf, the face of an owl, and large bat-like wings adorning its back. It finishes chewing its meal, the hand of the dead merchant, as it stares at you. Curious. It does that canine head tilt for a minute, which would be cute if there wasn't, blood dripping from its maw. It seems to be trying to judge whether you're friend or foe. Then you see, following clumsily behind, two small pups come out, watching their mother cautiously. From within the carriage, the rest of you, so everyone but Sidarian, you now feel the carriage pull to a stop as Sidarian takes in this view in front of him. What do you do?
first thing I want to do is look around to see if I see Dak prowling nearby.
Make a, I think it's instinct roll for me. I need to find my cheat sheet. I made it. There it is. Make an instinct roll for me. We had a $5 donation from James, so you can give a player a hope, or you can give me a fear. Also, my fear is visible just here to the right of my camera on the overlay. I'll be using my chatbot to keep it up to date. This also means after the stream, we get to do our candle giveaway. It'll be done on my socials. It'll be done on, like, I'm probably going to do it on Blue Sky of all my socials, because Blue Sky is where I had the most engagement for this specific, like the TTRPG community seems to engage with me most there. So we're going to do that over there. I might maybe do it somehow too. Also do it Twitter and Blue Sky, because the Cosmic Candles account is on Twitter, and I'll figure it out. I'll let you know. I'll post about it. It'll happen. James, you're giving me a fear? Hell yeah. Thank you. Like the alert says, thank you. Okay. So, you make a instinct roll for me, please.
All right, so I got 9 with fear. Do I do fear for this?
Yeah, because it action
Okay,
rolls.
okay.
Action rolls is where you gain hope or fear. If it's a reaction roll, then there's no hope or fear gained. It's just a roll. More fear for me. Haha. All right, a 9 with fear. You look around for Dak, but as you look away, as you, like, break eye contact with the Strixwolf mother, because it was looking at you, she seems to snarl and snap her teeth, and it's, like, draws your attention right back. It makes you kind of afraid to look away for too long, because it's like, is she gonna pounce if I give her, like, I think she's looking for an in there, so you aren't able to look too long to make a good assumption, and you take 1 stress. The stress of now you're like, I'm being threatened by this creature. I don't know where my pet is. Those inside the carriage, you feel the carriage stop, and we'll say you probably start to hear some of the snarling of something, and you hear Sidarian knock on the wall, which was your sign, like, come out, I need assistance, that you decided earlier.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of, you know how frogs, they're very clingy and sticky to things. So I'm gonna use that and kind of, like, peek my head out of the door and just see, kind of assess what's going on. And
So you see
yeah,
the mother over a dead body, overturned cart, 2 little pups behind looking curious.
Okay, I'm gonna try to sneak as best I can up to the top of the carriage.
Okay. Now that there's 2 of you, actually, no, Rosalie and Marlo, tell me also how you react before I make that call. Or if you do anything.
Yeah, I think probably Rosalie. Like, is there an entrance on both sides? Like, it's
Yeah.
got like a covered wagon with like curtains kind of thing.
Mhm.
Okay, so I would probably like stick my head out between the curtains behind Sidarian.
Okay.
Hey, Sad, what's going on?
Yeah, we got Strix Wolf. Eating. There's a cart. There was an attack. I don't know. I haven't moved yet, but something's going on. We need to check it out.
And you see the Strix wolf up ahead as well. As more of you appear, the wolf doesn't move yet, but you see like the fur kind of on like along the spine kind of starts to bristle a bit, and they start to slowly spread their wings, almost like they're trying to make themselves look bigger and more threatening, but they also are not moving yet. And Marlo, what are you doing?
I would also probably come up through the front, and kind of like evaluate what's going on.
Okay.
And then I have a class feature for minor illusion.
Yes.
I think I would want to do that to see if I can distract it.
Okay, so you want to make a distraction. So you get to make a spellcast roll for your minor illusion. So your spellcasting trait as a sorcerer. Why can't I find it on your sheet? I think is instinct. No, that's that weapon. It's probably presence. Where can I find what the one is? Learning, chat. We're learning. So it says, make a spellcast roll. On a success, you create a minor... I need to know what trait is your spellcasting trait.
Is instinct.
There you go. Okay. So make a instinct roll. So you're going to roll both your d12s, your hope and your fear. Make sure you know ahead of time which one is your hope and which one is your fear. And you're going to roll them, add the number together on both d12s, and then +2 from your instinct. If you'd like, you could spend a hope right now to use your Royal Mage experience and add an additional +2. Because this would be a spell that you learned while in your time as the Royal Mage. Up to you. Or you can save the hope for later.
Well, I got a 17.
Oh, then you... Okay. And was it with hope or with fear? Which number was higher of your 2 duality dice?
Hope.
Hope? Okay, so you gain a hope. So you successfully make the illusion. What illusion do you create to distract it and take its attention away?
I think what I would do is I would create an illusion of like it being another of the same type of animal and like running past the turned over wagon to try and see if it would like chase it.
Oh, so you make like an animal like prey for it to chase?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because you rolled pretty well, I'm gonna say it works. It runs, or it doesn't necessarily follow it, but the 2 pups are behind it, just see moving thing, and they're like, play, and the 2 pups run off after your illusion. And then the mother then sees her pups running off, kind of gives one black look at Sidarian, like I'm watching you, like I'm gonna come back for you. You better not. This better be the last time I see you. And she runs off to chase after her pups. So you've successfully negated an attack from a Strix wolf. Now there is this overturned merchant cart in front of you and a Nibbled-on corpse, and it's blocking. It's like the wagon's completely overturned, blocking the whole path. Like you would need to do something. You can't just like drive past it.
I'm gonna hop down off the cart and I'm gonna let out a loud whistle to call my wolf to my side.
he pops out of the underbrush. He actually wasn't too far off because, like I said, that super dense and often quite thorny and hard to navigate foliage means he doesn't really, like, the further from the road you go, it gets much harder to navigate, even for wildlife in this area. So he appears very quick.
I give him a scrub on the head, and then I'm gonna basically direct him over to where the Strix Wolf was, so he can get a scent.
All right. He successfully picks up the trail and has it scent in his nose and looks to you, asking, like, what do you want me to do about this?
I start poking around the scene here, basically. Just keep track of him. I just basically tell him, I don't know if our bond kind of lets me just give him direct commands, but like, just don't attack, just track.
Okay.
For 1 hour.
He does a nod, and he just kind of starts, like, circling this area, like he's lookout now, with that scent in his nose, ready to alert you should the wolf return. The rest of you, what do you do now that the wolf is gone, but your carriage has a bit of a roadblock? And the reason you're in a carriage, by the way, the task that Marlo has been given is you have a package. You don't know what's in it, but you were told you need to bring it to a known arcanist in the town of Hush, which is a town located deep within the Sablewood. And it's a pretty bulky package, and it's fairly heavy. So they gave you a carriage so you don't have to be lugging this thing on your back, because it would, even for a very strong person, it would take a very absurd amount of unnecessary energy if you were to try to hand lug this package all the way.
I think Rosalie would probably follow Ced. They spend a lot of time together, so she's only about like 1.5 feet tall. She's pretty small. So she'd spread her Luna Moth wings and fly over to where Ced and Dak are.
All right.
And I don't...
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I don't know if you heard me before when I said I would hop down and join Ced.
Okay. So you're all investigating, like, the wreckage. Marlo, do you join, or is there a specific thing you want to do or look at?
I think I would probably step back a little bit and kind of like let the people who know what they're doing in these woods do their thing.
Fair.
But I would probably still kind of like observe the area to see if like there's anything else that we have to be aware of.
Okay, so you're also kind of joining Dak in, like, keeping an eye on the surroundings while the other three go investigate the cart. So we can either have all three of you make an instinct roll or a knowledge roll, your choice, or we could do a group check if you'd like. How group checks work in Daggerheart is you nominate a leader and they're making the action roll, like the roll to see what you can find, but the other two of you are making reaction rolls that will either give them a plus or a minus to their roll. So I'll let you decide as a party. Are you, like, nominating someone to kind of take point and the others assisting, or are you all independently looking at your own things and seeing what you can perceive?
I'm fine either way. I've got above the table, I've got a +1 to my instinct.
Same.
You could do instinct or knowledge roll. I would allow either in this scenario.
I have 0 knowledge, 1 instinct.
Yeah, I've only got +0 to both, but I have one of my experiences is I picked knowledge as power, and like Thistle's small, so part of how she got to where she is now, it's kind of very what's his face from Game of Thrones, just like knowing people's secrets and stuff and kind of bartering with that. So I think she'd be looking for like documents kind of things to see like who the cart belonged to, all that kind
so
of
you're
stuff.
like investigating the cart more so than the body, for sure.
Right.
And I guess I think I'll have all three of you do your choice of an instinct or a knowledge roll rather than a group check.
Okay.
So all three of you make a roll and tell me which skill it is and what you're specifically investigating.
Is this a group roll or
no? You're all doing your own rolls.
Individual.
So you will gain hope. Yeah, it is. There will be hope or fear gained because these are all individual action rolls.
I got a 10 with fear.
Okay. 10 with fear. Okay.
I got an 18 with fear.
Nice. Jesus.
And I'm
Gotta
specifically, it was
9 with hope.
instinct.
Well, at least one of you gets a hope. Okay.
Thank you.
Rosalie and Thistle, you keep, as you're investigating, you kind of keep just getting deterred by the body, the nature of, like, you go to look at something, but there's like a bunch of the still like cooling, almost like blood, as you go to like look at parts of the cart, and it deters you a little bit. Some of the viscera, like, it's just, oh, it kind of is, it's making your stomach a little nauseous. You feel your breakfast from this morning, because this is it's fresh enough to still be very unpleasant sensorily, but it's also old enough that, again, it's had time for this wolf to eat on it for a while, for the elements to have some level of effect. So both of you mark a stress. Sedarian, as you notice, you go to investigate the cart, you see, as you're investigating the cart, you can't really find anything much about the cart for all, because you get distracted then, because you assumed, oh, like, this road was wobbly, we had a wheel kind of lift up on us, and we almost overturned around this corner. So your first thought was they had just like a driving mishap and then laid upon by wolves. But then as you're looking at the cart, you can't help but notice the amount of blood, like, that off-put the others, also draws your eye, and you realize why there's so much blood. There is a slit on the throat. There is not, that looks very clean and very sharp. That maybe it's a claw or a talon, but
It's clean,
pretty,
though, right?
very clean, precise talon strike.
And there's no other bodies. This is the only.
No, just a driver. It seemed like it was mostly like a food merchant. There's lots of like fruits, vegetables, sacks of grain that have been ripped open. So there's also been some herbivores that clearly seem to have nibbled on some of the stuff.
I specifically, I'll get Rosalie's attention and look. This was murder. This wasn't an attack by animals.
It looks way too clean.
Way too clean.
Something's not right.
I'm gonna start. Like, I'm gonna check. Does the guy have his stuff in his like pack or in his pockets or anything like that? Like, I'm not necessarily looting him. I'm just
Yeah, you're
seeing,
looking to
like,
see if he has his
has he been
belongings.
robbed?
He definitely looks like he has been robbed. There are slashes in the coat where it looks like someone might have been looking for hidden linings. And again, all his wares are still there, but there seems to be not a single like coin or anything of currency on this person. And they're also not carrying any weapons, which seems very strange, because you think they would have some weapons for protection, if not another person for protection. And while you notice that, and Marlo, you overhear them talking and saying that this was murder. Marlo, can you make an instinct check for me as you immediately look at your surroundings to see if you can get any hints or evidence of who might have done this?
And I'm always rolling both of the dice, right?
Always, yeah. It's always
Cool,
a
that's
duality, yeah, your duality dice, because that's what determines whether it's hope or whether it's fear that is gained, unless it's a reaction roll.
21.
21. Damn, you rolls. So when they say
I
his
promise
throat's
my dice aren't weighted.
as you hear them say the throat's been slit, and you realize there's not a coin among them, you're one of the members of your party who has not spent a lot of time outside of the kingdom or is not from these woods. So you did some reading up before. You wanted to be prepared and know a little more about the Sablewood. You do know there is a group called the Thistlefolk that live in these woods, and the Thistlefolk kind of are unfair and get a bit of a bad rap, because for the most part they're pretty peaceful. They are a group that can uniquely navigate this incredibly dense foliage and the thorny brambles and the briars, and they've come up with special clothing and special gear to do so. But even still, most of them prefer to just keep to themselves. They're very isolated. They and are pretty peaceful people. But the ones that do get out and about are the ones that kind of they're known for and make them bad rep. And a lot of people know about the Thistlefolk bandits as a primary concern in the Sablewood. And since you now know what to look for, what they wear this unique like armor and like clothing that has all sorts of assorted little stones, but polished and incredibly rounded, smooth, so that anything kind of like glides off them, like the thorns, the brambles, everything just kind of like bounces off those stones. But they're also silent, unlike chainmail or something that might be armored but make noise when you move. And so you start looking for like the shininess of those. So you're looking for some like reflected light rather than even creatures or eyes. And you catch some sunlight, seems to be glinting off something shiny, and then as you look, you see also 2 yellow eyes, and you spot the attackers. You hear the sounds of a branch snapping, and you turn to see 4 thistlefolk sneaking through the underbrush, attempting to get the jump on your party. The overturned cart was a distraction, but their plan did not work. Map time!
Let's go.
Our super high tech map. My cartoons on a whiteboard. So, this is, you can see, overturned cart with nice bloody dead man in there. I'm such a good artist. And where your cart is, all the green circles are like trees. And again, consider everything that isn't trees could it potentially be somewhat difficult terrain to navigate. And now Daggerheart uses, they don't have specifically things that have a range of like 10 feet, 20 feet, 60 feet. They have melee, very close, close, far, very far. So I made a little visual spectrum along the top here to help get your sense of where things are. And I'm going to now draw where your baddies are. So the 3 of you are up at the cart and Marlo is back at yours practically, right? If I understood what just happened correctly. Mm-hmm. What color do you guys want to be? Do you want to be
yellow?
Well, that's not an option. You have dark blue, turquoise, or brown.
Dark blue.
Okay.
Dark blue.
Brown.
Ooh,
Okay.
turquoise.
I do like turquoise.
The baddies are now turquoise.
I almost
No,
said
the baddies
turquoise.
will be brown. Okay, so we have Marlo, who's still like up here on the cart, and then we'll have like Sedarian, and then we'll have Rosalie, and we'll have Thistle. There we go. And now where the baddies are, jump out from. We'll have, they were sneaking around to try to get the jump on you. So say they're over here. We'll have one there, and then one up here, and one back here. There's 4 of them. Okay. It's battle time. And now how combat differs in Daggerheart to D&D as I get my appropriate music going. There's no initiative. There isn't like everyone goes at a set time. It is much more fluid. Think of it, there is a spotlight or like the camera focuses in on someone. It's moving back and forth. Because Marlo spotted the ambushers, you guys get to go first. So the spotlight is on your party, but you guys choose amongst each other if you have an idea what you want to do. There is no rule of who goes first, and you also can go at the same time. There are tag team moves that you can do if you have something cool you can think of. So this is where everybody is. So who would like to take the lead now that the bandits have all made themselves known?
I have an idea if no one else has an idea.
Go for it.
What is it?
So, I want, because I established that Dak was on a perimeter,
Yes.
I want it so that he comes up behind where those bandits have made themselves known.
Uh-huh.
And he sees them, like, they're going to attack. It's a fight. So he knows that, and I want to use the experience, you're going nowhere, to have him come up from behind them and basically cut off any kind of escape and do a bite attack against
Okay.
them.
Do you want him to go for the 2 that are grouped together, or the one closest to Marlo, or the one on his own, far away?
Do the one on the top, the north one.
Okay,
there.
gotcha.
That one, yeah.
All right, so Dak comes in. So then make an attack roll and go ahead and add +2 for your going nowhere experience.
And that goes on top of the regular plus attack, so this
Yes.
would be +4
Yes.
total. That is 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 with hope.
12 with hope, so you gain a hope. Spotlight stays on you guys, and fortunately that doesn't that just misses. So he runs in. He succeeded kind of in keeping him from rushing in towards you guys, because he was headed probably towards Thistle, but he's no longer going to Thistle. He's focused on Dak, but as Dak went for, it was a bite attack, you said that he was going for. Yeah, he nimbly did a bit of a like dodge roll, like tuck and rolled out of the way, threw his whole body to do it, but Dak misses, but now has his attention, and your group still has the spotlight.
His hackles are up and he's just growling. He's being super
How
scary.
does it work for like hiding and attacking? Like, am I able to do both in a turn, or?
I know there's like a hidden condition, and then if you attack from it, it gives you using. But I don't know if you can like.
I don't see
hide
how
and
to
then
get the hidden condition.
I will tell you momentarily.
So, other than I guess rolling to hide, but
all sorts of tree cover, hide behind a tree, hidden 102. Oink. Because any rolls against you have disadvantage. If they move to where they would see, you, you move into an adversary's line of sight, you make attack, you are no longer hidden. What I'll say is you can use your kind of like spotlight right now to become hidden, and then if the spotlight stays with you, like no fear is rolled, then you can go ahead like your next action. But like this move that you'll make a roll to become hidden, like how well or I'll have them maybe make a reaction roll, actually, to see if they see you duck for that cover. And if they don't, then you can go ahead and do an attack with the benefits of being hidden. But if not, then you hide, but spotlight comes back to me. Maybe.
Okay, so they're gonna roll to see me. I'm not gonna roll to hide.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to do a competing check or if I want just them to roll to see me. Because you are... I don't think you have any trouble hiding in this terrain with your background. I feel like it seems like you would be able to do that easily. So it's more of, do they notice you? I think. We'll do it competing checks. It's more fun. No hope or fear will be gained from this because it's a reaction roll. But you make a finesse roll for me. And then I will just roll a straight check to see if they see you.
That is a 14 with hope.
Again, for reaction rolls, they only rolled a 9.
I thought mine was not.
Oh, true. No, yeah,
okay.
mine's a reaction roll.
14.
So yeah, so you gain a hope. You're correct.
Okay.
They do not see you. You are successfully hidden, and because you rolled with hope, the spotlight stays on you. So now, if you'd like, you can make an attack from your hiding spot and gain the benefits of the hidden condition.
Okay, so my next question was gonna be, could I have realistically basically sneaked up to close range, or you know what I mean, or is it too open for me to have gotten into close range with the one that's closest to Marlowe?
No, I'll say, because you also you're coloring, you just have also innate advantage because you blend in with the foliage a little bit more than the average person would, being a ribbit. So because you successfully made yourself hidden, I'll say you and you're a rogue. This is your thing. You sneaky. That's your whole thing. So
because if I can get within close range,
yeah,
I could whack him with my tongue.
Do it. All right. So you want to go to the one near Marlowe?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll allow it.
That using your tongue just makes me think of Pascal from Tangled.
Right?
So is this is a normal D20 roll, right? Like,
you guys are like never rolling
to
D20s.
hit them?
You guys, only I get to roll D20s. No D20s.
Oh,
for
I
you.
thought when we were attacking it was D20 still. Okay, so it's still then the hope and fear die.
Yep. D20s are mine.
That is a... Oh, what would it be? Is it a finesse or is it a... It is a finesse. So
I would assume
then
finesse. That makes
what's
the most
math?
sense to me.
That's 18 with hope to hit.
Definitely hits.
And I mark a stress and then roll D12 physical damage and also D6 sneak attack.
Sure.
Oh,
I don't know.
I
Rogues
got a 12 and a
stuff very
6.
Oh my god, max damage. So that's total 18 plus anything else. Is there a modifier to add to that as well, or just the 18?
No modifier, but just for funsies. She's a poisonous froggy, but there's no actual mechanics for that.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so 18, that's enough to do his severe threshold. So that's 3 hit points off of that bro immediately. And as you attack him and with this tongue, you do notice this one seems to have slightly fancier stones in his clothing than the other 3. So this one might be some sort of like leader or might be different from the others somehow.
All right. I'll call that out. I'll just be like, "Oh, we got a fancy pants over here," and then that's all I do.
I have a question because I can't
Yes.
find a definitive answer in
Yes.
the book. As a ranger with a companion, when we do the spotlight thing, does that take my spotlight part? Does that make sense? Or
I'm
do we
gonna
both get
say
to act?
I'm gonna say it depends on what the elaborateness of what you're doing. Like it's a fluid thing. Sometimes I'd be like yes, both, because it's kind of like you're doing a tag team action if you're both acting. I mean, I probably just use tag team rules depending on what you're doing. We'll figure it out. Just tell me what you want to do. We'll figure it out.
Cool. But I didn't know if I acted separately from my companion or if it's one.
I don't know
action.
either. We'll find out.
I mean, it's something I want to do, but like not if I can't. You know what I mean? Because one of my things instead of one of their things.
I would probably fly up to one of the guys that's in front of Sed and myself.
Yep.
And I'm gonna try and attack using Arcane Barrage.
Mm-hmm.
So once per rest, I can spend any number of hope and shoot magical projectiles that strike a target of my choice within close range. I'm gonna roll the hit.
So within
first
close
before I
range,
spend
the way I've drawn it, you were here.
Yeah.
He's basically like close range without you having to move. He's at the very maximum outer limits of close, but he's already within close range. So do you want to stay kind of close to this overturned cart and stay near Sed, or do you want to get up in his face?
Yeah.
Okay.
I probably stay where I am.
Yeah, because
mainly
right
just
now
'cause
these
Sed is gonna give
two
me a little bit more
are like
protection.
close to you and Sed. This
Yeah.
one would probably be far, and this one would probably be far. These are close.
Okay, perfect. So I'll stay where I am, but I'm gonna roll to hit first.
Yeah.
Let's see what we get. That is a 10 with hope.
So that misses, but you gain a hope.
Oh, that's positive at least.
And it means you guys still have the spotlight. I'm a bit unclear if... So I think I can spend a fear to forcibly take the spotlight. Because you guys have been doing so well, and I have so much. I'm going to do that. Because, again, you gained a hope, but you missed your attack. Popcorn in my throat, 1 second.
Yeah,
All
so
right,
I
better.
would fire off these. Well, I would try to fire off the blasts, and like little sparkles would just poof.
Yep. So because the one that Thistle fucked up, and ironically Thistle Folk v Thistle, and Thistle, you have extra beef against these guys because they give, like, a lot of people hear your name and know you're from the woods and might immediately associate with you or you with this group. And again, the Thistle Folk as a whole are very misunderstood. They're mostly a very peaceful, reclusive people. It's just the few that make themselves a nuisance are the one that everyone remembers. So you got beef with these guys, and he's really pissed that you mortally wounded him. So I spent the fear to take the spotlight, and I will now spend one more fear to use his back off action. He gets to make an attack roll against all targets that are in melee range. So that's just you right now, but he needs to get you away from him because he's scared of you. That is a 14 to hit. Does that meet your evasion? Or beat it?
It does.
Alrighty. So you are blasted backwards, and he is gonna deal some damage. I need an extra d6. There we go. So he.
I'm scared because I hit him with 18 and he's still up, and I only have 14.
Okay. 7 plus 3. So he deals 10 magic damage to you and pushes you backwards into far range. So he basically pushes you all the way back to the overturned cart. Because you were, like, right here, and far is like... So he pushes you all the way back here. So this should be R. This is Rose.
Major damage, major damage.
Would you like to use an armor
Major
slot?
damage.
You That's funny. You can use an armor slot to knock that down to minor.
I don't think I have that.
Everyone has armor slots. You might only have like 2, but everyone has some armor slots.
How do I know?
When you made your character, and when you picked your armor, I think it should tell you your base. I'm pretty sure it's 3 is the base everyone has, unless you have something
leather
more.
armor.
The base. Oh, is that what that is?
I
Base
agree.
score. Okay.
So you have 3
and how
armor
many do I
slots
need
you
to
could use. You only use 1 at a time unless you're a special class. So, like for example, here Marlo has 3 armor slots, and so you would just mark off, put a slash through one of these little shields next to it to show that you've used one of your armor slots.
Okay, and then I
Knocks
knock
it down
to
from
minor
major to
then?
minor, so it's only 1 hit point, not 2 hit
Nice.
points. Yes.
Okay.
But the guy that you
Yeah,
hit,
he's
he's looking rough. Like, he was desperate. He had to do that to you because he is holding on for dear life. You've dealt him a mortal blow. So I used Saphir to take the spotlight, and I spent Saphir for him to do that and push you back to you guys.
So those 2 that are on our side of the cart over there, they're still there.
Yes, they're still there, and they are in close range.
Would you say that they together are in very close range to each other?
Yes, to each other, absolutely.
Sick. I'm gonna spend a hope
Mm-hmm.
I like where this is going.
Me too.
make a spellcast roll against a target within far range
Okay,
to cast Vicious Entangle.
I love it.
I'm gonna spend an addition, I gotta succeed first before I do that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Don't forget, anyone watching at any time, if you donate to our St. Jude campaign, you can give any player of your choice hope or give me more fear. So if you want to help our players, if you're ever concerned for them, you can always do so while donating to charity.
Okay, so I got 18 with hope.
That absolutely hits.
Awesome. I'm
gain
gonna spend that hope I just got to add the other person to the restrain that I'm doing. So I'm doing on a success, roots and vines reach out from the ground, dealing 1d8 plus 1 physical damage and temporarily restraining the target. And I spent the extra hope to restrain the other guy next to him.
All right, I drew a little
As well.
a little brambly circle around them to make me know they're restrained.
It doesn't say I damaged the other one. It just says I also restrained them. So I
So
don't
the
think
one
they
you
both take
damage, go ahead and roll damage.
That's nothing. Freaking 3 damage.
Okay, that is still in their minor threshold, so that's 1 hit point gone. All right, but they're both restrained. So restrained means they cannot move, and I believe attacks against them have advantage. I'm gonna double check.
Clicking when you can't move.
Oh no,
But we can still
restrained.
take
Oh no,
action.
they can't move. So it just means they can't move. They're not
Yeah.
vulnerable, which is where they do have advantage, but they cannot move. They are stuck there.
And they can still take actions on their turn. They just can't move.
Yep, which sucks because their only attack is a melee attack. So if y'all stay far away,
Darn. Darn. I will say that after I've done that, I'll pull my bow out and have an arrow ready to knock.
Okay. The spotlight remains on your party because you did not roll with a fear. So, who would like to act next? Marlo, do you have something you want to do from from back at your carriage, or Thistle? Do you react to being shoved?
Well, thank you for asking. I have been sitting here and listening to all this lovely combat. So I'm back at the.
You're back at your carriage.
I wanted to call it a camper.
Sure.
I mean, it kind of is.
Back at the RV.
So I want to do magic damage with my dual staff. And I think I would also like to use a hope to do not on my watch. Since
I
they
like
just pushed my friend away.
I like it. And your dual staff goes up to far range, so you could hit any one of them.
That's awesome.
So would you like to go for the one that's closest to your camper? Or do you want to go for... there's basically one close to you. There's one close to Thistle. Not the one that attacked Thistle, but they got shoved, like, right back into this person. Or there's the two that are restrained and cannot move.
I think I'm going to do the one closest to the Thistle.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll with your dual staff. So this is an instinct action roll. And then you're adding... So it's +2 from your instinct, and then you have an additional +2 from not on my watch. So you're adding 4 total to this roll.
I don't have the magic anymore. So that'll be 8.
8 misses. So your staff glows for a minute before the arcane bolts are released from it, and they see the glow in the nick of time, just like they did their this is the same one that Dak went for. So just like they did their tuck and roll, like leapt out of the way and dodged Dak, they nimbly again dodged just as the arcane bolts you send from your staff whiz past their ears. So this one seems, so far, his luck is holding up. He is pretty agile.
I can tell.
I'm gonna spend a fear to forcibly take the spotlight back one more time. And then I'm gonna make that one go ahead and go for, because the other two are stuck. But Thistle got pushed back into him, and he just tuck and rolled out of the way and pops up right behind Thistle and is gonna go for... also, Thistle's the only one who's taken damage. Thistle seems the weakest of you, so they're
Wow.
you know, they're little shitheads preying on the weak, so they're gonna go for a dagger attack at Thistle. 18 to hit.
Rude. That hits.
I'm so
How
sorry.
dare you.
Again, anyone, if you've watched my campaigns, Briar and Thad know this. When I'm a DM, I roll incredible. When I'm a player, I can't do a thing. My dice hate me. So I'm a high risk DM. Oh god, that's 12.
A giggle.
That's 12 points of physical damage as they go to like shave you right in the back with this dagger.
So if it's between, so my thresholds are 7 and 14. So
So that means it's a major. It's in between.
12 is major.
Yeah,
so
12
I
is
marked
major.
2.
Yeah, and
Can
you
I use another armor slot?
Yes, you can. So you have one armor slot remaining to bump it. So you bumped it down to a minor. You turn just in the nick of time, so he still stabs you, but what would have been like a pretty lethal stab, like right in your kidney, instead kind of you moved enough out of the way, it's just kind of like between some ribs, like your ribs
got my
deflect
love
some
handle.
of the blade, you know? Music, what are we doing? We were playing combat music, and all of a sudden it's like, now peaceful forest music. No, I didn't say that yet.
Not allowed.
Not allowed. Okay.
How dare you.
Spotlight, back to y'all. And Marlo,
right.
you noticed too that one that's near the carriage. As soon as he pushed Thistle away, he is still bleeding. Like he is like holding his like blood in, hunched over, but he does look like he is trying to get into your carriage. Like he has not really seemed the other 3 seem combat focused. You notice that this one's more focused on maybe some thievery, some criminal shenanigans.
Evil.
This guy that just fucked me up.
Uh-huh.
Can I just like whack him with my staff?
Yeah, just no, bop him on
Trip him as he's trying to get in the...
Like Rafiki or something?
Yep. Do it. I love it. Just bop. It's
What?
still an instinct weapon, 'cause your staff will still do some magic, but I mean instinct's your best stat anyway, so you would want to. And you
Right.
could, if you have hope to spend, you could also use it to do the not on my watch experience again. Because this is very
Yeah.
much, you are guarding, the package in this carriage is your primary objective, and the king told you it is so important you get this package to the Arcanist safely, so.
Yeah, I'll spend a hope
Mm-hmm.
and do that. It is 15.
15 hits. 1d6 plus 3.
1d6 plus 3. I'm gonna scream. 4.
4.
Oh.
Lucky for you, you only had 1
Maybe
hit
that's
point
all you
left,
need.
so literally any damage was enough. So you bop him, and you hear the like that crunch of like, you know when you've ever seen someone like bonk heads or like accidentally headbutt someone, that crunch of like skull bone hitting something it should not, hitting something very hard. My very elaborate words here. I'm so descriptive. But as your staff makes contact, you hear that just like wood on bone sound, and you see his eyes roll up into his head, and he just like falls to the ground, hand sliding down your carriage door as he does. So the leader seems to be taken care of, and now you have the 1 by Thistle and the 2 that are restrained. And Thistle, you said you had a response to.
Yeah. So I want to use. Can I use an experience to add to an attack roll?
Yes.
Okay, so I want to use pick on someone your own size.
Hey, I love it.
Because again, Thistle is small because she's a ribbit, but she's also small for a ribbit, and that's rough growing up, you know. So, she is gonna. Well, let's just see if I hit first.
Yeah.
Ooh, so loud. Let's see. 13 plus
I
4,
erased this one 'cause it's
17. To hit this guy that
17
just
definitely hits.
messed me up.
Yes.
Okay, so she's gonna, if he has some sort, what did he hit me with again?
A dagger.
Okay, so she's got a rapier, and as just flavor, she's just gonna like smack their hand that's holding their dagger. It doesn't have to disarm him, but she's just gonna smack the hand holding the dagger with the flat of the rapier before stabbing into him.
I love it.
And also I have a question about dual wielding.
Yeah.
Do I make both attacks in my turn?
Let me double check, but I think so.
That would make sense, but I just don't know for sure.
I'm just picturing Thistle as like Sue from My Hero Academia with her frog tongue slapping people.
My queen.
We do love Sue.
113. Okay. Weapon.
Oh, that would have
Where's
been a
the word?
16. Sorry, I forgot rapier is a presence weapon, not a finesse weapon, but
If your character can't bear the weapon of full hand, switching weapons. Secondary weapons are typically ancillary pieces of equipment. If your primary weapon is one-handed, you can take a secondary weapon. You can make an attack roll with either a primary or secondary weapon your character has equipped, allowing for flexibility. Many secondary weapons have features that augment another aspect of your character's fighting style. For example, a dagger might grant them extra damage to targets they attack. Most adventurers choose to carry. So it looks like you don't actually, like, you have 2 weapons, but you don't dual wield. Like, you don't get to attack with both in one attack roll. You declare which one you're attacking with, but often the secondary weapon might have a feature that buffs another weapon. Like, for example, there's a secondary... Yeah, the secondary weapons, go to the... I don't want those tier.
my secondary gives me +2 damage to my primary, so...
Yeah, like when you make an attack, you can mark a stress. Oh, on a successful attack roll, do this. So they're kind of there to, like, buff, but when you're attacking, you pick which one you're using. You don't get to, like...
Yeah, buff. So I attacked with my rapier, like I said, but,
How much damage?
I did 6 damage.
Okie dokie. That is just enough to pop him into major. Because meets it, beats it. So that's 2 hit points, and he's also looking mighty rough now.
And am I close to another enemy, or is he the only one I'm close to?
He's the only one you're close to.
Okay, then I will just stay here and keep fighting with him. Oh, right. And my, shoot. What did I roll? I rolled 17, so that was 13, and I rolled a 6 on the fear die, so then... Okay, so that was with hope.
Okay, so you gain a hope, and you guys saw the spotlight. Rosalie, what are you up to now that... Because you last saw, your buddy use magic and restrain 2 of them. Would you like to take advantage of their inability to move?
Yeah, so I'm gonna fly up because I also have a rapier. So I will move closer now.
Yep.
Mainly just because they can't move.
Mm-hmm.
And I will make an attack with my rapier. Because it's a presence weapon, I get +2.
Yeah.
See, Roll to attack. Ooh. Let me be better this time. Nice. Okay, what is that? Oh, I'm bad at math.
Aren't we all? I don't know, maybe someone here isn't. I don't
I
know.
also apparently don't know how to freaking type.
I'm the only gay that does math.
You're a resident math
That is
gay.
a 23 with hope.
Hell yeah.
Oh
Go
my
ahead
God.
and do your damage.
Excellent. So that is a single D8 physical damage. Nope. 1.
It's still 1 HP. That's, again, I think one of my favorite parts about Daggerheart is the way damage and HP works. Even if you roll like shit, it still has some weight to it. But if you roll great, it feels better. But if you roll like shit, you're still doing relatively a good chunk of their health.
I'm gonna attack the one that I'm gonna attack the one that was initially damaged.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because one of them is untouched, one of them has taken some damage. So now one of them so of the 3 that are left, 2 of them are like swaying on their feet, looking like they're having a hard time staying upright. One of them is untouched.
And then am I able to? I'm just wondering if I'm able to, like, as I know it's not a bonus action, but am I able to use like my rally to give everybody a D6?
Yeah, 'cause you guys still have the spotlight. You can do as much. Basically, you are all sharing the spotlight right now, and when you have an idea, you jump in like, "Hey, I want to do this," and you guys are sharing it amongst you. So if no one else has an immediate thing they want to do, you absolutely go ahead and do that. So what do you do to rally your companions in this moment?
So I'll fly up and I might flitter away just a little bit so that I'm not quite so close, just in case they break free and they can't just like whack me and knock me into a tree because I'm tiny. And I'll yell out to everybody, "Come on, everyone! We have this! We can do it!" And I'll start playing on my forearms because that is how Rosalie makes her music. Some like epic fight song. It's like an epic, like think about like epic fiddle music, like The Devil Went Down to Georgia kind of fiddling.
Hell yeah.
I love it. I love it.
That'd get me excited.
So everyone, you gain. Is it a D6 your rally die?
A D6.
So you now have a
everybody
D6
gets a D6
that you can add to a future roll of your choice.
Sick.
You've all now heard this inspirational little rallying music from Rosalie, and the spotlight remains with you. Who would like to act next?
I would really like to shoot the guy in the face with my bow.
Do it. The one who's on
Get
death's
him,
door,
Fed.
I'm assuming.
Yep, that one. And that D6 is for the next roll you make, or do I?
You get to choose.
Could I save it?
Yes.
I'm not going
It
to
is
save it. I'm
to
gonna
be
use it.
used whenever you like. But they go away, I
Right
think, when
now.
you long rest. But we're not going to do that in this one shot, so.
Right.
Spoilers.
Hence the rally die.
12 with hope.
12 with hope. Just misses.
Jeez.
So he can't move his physical legs, but he does flatten. Most people would not be able to like flatten themselves into
that
that
not-
thorny patch.
Me advantage. Or do
No,
not stack?
it's if they're vulnerable, they have advantage. Restrained just
Got
means they
it.
cannot
Okay.
move. They're two separate conditions. So because of that special gear that they wear, he just flattens himself down and like literally just drops his body into those thorns. Normally it would hurt, but they are so adapted to moving through that kind of terrain, it still trapped them there. They can't physically move, but it's not gonna like also cut and tear up their skin or their clothes the way it would someone else. And was that roll with hope or with fear, you said?
It was with hope.
Okay. Still with y'all. Because I got a lot of fear outside of combat, and then once we hit combat, all y'all started rolling with hope.
I'm not apologizing.
Nor should you.
Yeah.
I mean, if no one has an
You shouldn't.
immediate response, I'll just go ahead, since I still have some, and spend a fear just to try and take an action back. Actually, I can also spend a fear to remove a condition. So I'm gonna spend one fear to take control, take the spotlight, and then I'm gonna spend my second fear for those bandits to start cutting the briars and like the ones around their feet, and they're just gonna free themselves from the patch real quick, because they're so they are very suited to that terrain, so they immediately know what are the, like, if I cut here, here, here real quick, that will free my feet. It's not like they need to take some time to figure out and really saw away here. So those two free themselves, and they are no longer restrained. But now spotlight's back to you guys.
Alright, well, since I'm still really close to those two,
You are.
I'll,
And their heads were,
I
they were
will go
momentarily looking away from you as they were cutting themselves free, so.
yeah, so I'll go ahead and try and attack again. Let's see. Noise. And I'm using my rapier to attack.
Okay.
That is a 19 with hope.
Absolutely hits.
And I am going to also mark a stress to hit the other
Nice.
guy who's standing there, because my rapier can also, I'm going to use quicken to make sure that I hit both.
I like it.
Nice.
Roll your
I
damage.
don't know if that means I roll damage for both.
I
or
think you
just
roll
they'll
damage
both take the
once,
same.
and that they both take the same. It would be my
Okay,
my
yeah,
assumption.
That makes sense. That makes sense. As I go in to slash at them. Like, you meanies!
Leave us alone.
So they each take 7 points of damage.
Okay, that's enough to bump up into their major threshold. So as you do, the one who had already taken some damage goes down. You slash, and he collapses to the ground. Blood starting to come out from his, like, seep out from underneath their unique armor. And the other one is looking mighty rough. The two that are left, as the second of their group of four collapses to the ground, they look at each other, and both of them wobbling on their feet, looking pretty rough. And you can see on their face it's not worth it look, and they are going to attempt to flee. I'll say as they start to flee into the undergrowth, you can have a one final spotlight if you want to try to stop any or finish any of them off.
Yeah, I would like to use my experience. You're going nowhere for Dak to get to cut him off and make an attack against whichever one looks weaker.
They both equally like they're like tripping over themselves as they try to flee. Like all their dexterity from earlier seems to be gone. So your choice. There's
So
one.
you're saying he has advantage. I'm just kidding.
There's basically one going east, one going west. You pick which one Dak wants to try to stop.
Whichever one he was closest to.
He was closest to the one going west. So
There you go. That one done. That one. So I'm gonna try to fight him. Ooh, that's not bad. That's 17 with fear.
nice. Hits him. He gets him. Are you having
Nice.
him like lethally stopping him, or are you having him just try to like grab onto his clothing and like keep him from going anywhere?
He's gonna pin him. He's gonna tackle him and
Okay.
pin him and just like snarl in his face. He's not gonna.
All right.
He won't kill him, but he's
No,
gonna.
it's not snack time.
No. No, he's a smart boy. He knows we need answers.
Fair.
All right.
And I assume the other one.
The other one
gets away 'cause
escapes,
he's
yeah,
gonna
but
be
you
up
managed to snag that one for sure. So, yeah, you have, and he's of course doing the classic. He's like, please, just, I promise you'll never see me again. I will never trouble anyone. If you just let me go this one time, I swear I can turn over a new leaf. I promise.
I stand over them on the ground. Dak is still holding him, like paws on his shoulders, just putting his weight on him to hold him there.
Yeah.
I'm like, how long's this been going on?
I mean, it's just, you know, as long as I can remember. I mean, we're bandits, man. Bandits are always been around, always gonna be around. It's just sometimes life is hard.
Where's your base at? Where are your people at?
I'll say Thistle and Rosalie. As he says that, you can also make a knowledge roll for me.
A 10 with hope.
Okay. And Thistle? Thistle, you might be muted. Thistle slash Briar.
Thistle mentioned she may need a second.
That's fine. Then don't worry about it. So you, as he said, asks like where their base is. You try your best to recall if you remember anything, because there's been some rumored locations for a long time. Like one rumor was.
Before we go too far, can I also use of the woods?
Yeah. Spend a hope to add plus
Does
2.
that
That brings it to a 12.
Yeah, that brings it to a 12.
Yeah. You know that there are 2 pretty popular rumors. One is that their base is actually in like tunnels underneath the town you're going to, which is Hush, and the other is that they don't really have a base. They're like nomadic because they can so depthly navigate this terrain that no one else can, that they kind of just set up camp and move. It's like, oh, this area, there's too much heat, especially with all the creatures in the woods. It's like, oh, we caught the eye of some predators, like maybe some Strix wolves really don't like us being here, we'll move. It was never, no one outside of the group knows which of those rumors to believe. And so then when Than asks where we're located, he says, well, not really any one place. We kind of move around. It makes it harder to track, but also means we don't tend to fall underfoot of any of the bigger predators in these woods, you know, just constantly be on the move. But it's also why we sometimes have to take from people, because can't really, you know, put down great roots and all, can't really build up, constantly moving.
Do I believe him?
You can roll an instinct check, and I'll say if Rosalie shares any of her knowledge, it'll be with advantage.
Now listen here, you. I know that there's 2 different groups of you people, or at least I think I know. I've heard things. Now, you say that you didn't move, that you're nomadic, or you move around a lot. You guys aren't the ones that are under Hush?
And
so now I roll your instinct with advantage. Right? Yes, add a d6. This is not the d6, like this isn't your rally die. You're still saving that for later. This is just a d6 to be advantage.
I used that on my failed arrow.
Cool.
So very low numbers across the board. Sorry. Oh. 17 with hope.
With hope. As you say that, you see when Rosalie says, like, are you from the ones under Hush? There's genuine confusion on his face as she says that. And he goes, what are you talking about? We would never build a base under there. We'd be, like, sent out of there immediately if we ever found out. It'd be way too difficult to keep that charade up. And you believe him. He's like, look, I swear this, I know I'm sure it's what we all say, but I'm just your run-of-the-mill hooligan, okay? I'm sorry, we were just here for some food. Look at that guy's cart, is some good shit, and he had some coin on him, but look here, if you let me go, you can have the coins. How about that?
There are better ways to make your money, sir.
Yeah,
have you tried farming?
I mean, in this moment, I'd have to agree. And as he says, as he sees like Dak dripping saliva, as Dak continues to like snarl at him, he's like, "I would have to agree with you in this moment. There are better ways to make a living." Marlo, you were saying?
I was telling him to get a job.
Oh, get a job. He's like, "Oh, yeah, sure. Maybe I'll get a job in Hush, maybe."
I pet Dak, and he's all right, boy. All right, boy. You can let him go.
He backs off and nuzzles your hand for some scritches.
Yeah, I pull out a treat.
He goes, I appreciate it. And again, I'm sorry. You know, I was just doing what I do, but I won't do it anymore. And
do something different.
Okay, here.
Leave your
Skinny
weapons.
thing.
And
Different.
he drops 2 bags of gold, and then takes off into the underbrush. So you can decide who amongst your party wants to carry those, because gold and Daggerheart is either handfuls, bags, or chests. So you can mark on your sheets. One of you can have both, or 2 of you can each take a bag of gold.
We
Up
should
to you.
Give it to whoever. Was the cart? Was it heading to Hush or away from Hush?
Looks like it was
Can you
heading to Hush.
Okay. We should try to figure out where this cart was headed and give him that money.
It's a good idea.
Also,
Come on,
Rosalie,
Dak.
whenever you more confidence, like we know, like I don't think I know, but then you're saying like I don't know, maybe. When we're in that situation, you should scare them. You should scare them. It'll work better.
I'll try. I'm not very intimidating, though. You know that. I'm pretty small.
I bet you could be intimidating if you wanted to be.
I'll try. I promise.
I mean, a lot of people are afraid of bugs, and they're pretty small.
There's a lot of phobias out there.
Me, I'm a lot of people.
Hello.
So
I'll call
Yeah, I
out too.
think-
Marley, are you okay?
So name's Marlo, and I think I'm ready to get in the cart and get back on to our trip. We gotta make sure we get this in a timely manner, and I'm ready to head on out.
on the way back to
So
the
you're
cart, I want to
okay
stop
then?
by.
I'm fine.
You were saying, then?
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to step on toes. I apologize.
It's all good.
I just want to like the one that looked more fancy, the leader of the group. I want to check pockets, see if there's any orders, any stuff that would prove anything about who they are, where they came from, what
Yep.
they're doing, and why, anything like that.
You can go
Thistle
ahead.
will help with that.
Then you can make an instinct roll with, or not instinct, sorry. Actually, yeah, instinct, because, like, perceiving? Searching, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You can make a choice, instinct or knowledge roll, with advantage.
Well, I'm
from
gonna
wisdom.
choose instinct. Oh shit. 21 with
21.
hope. Okay.
You find
Stupid.
you find the like order paperwork that has like the ledger of all the different food they were carrying, and then the destination address, and it says paid in full, like they prepaid for these goods, and it was a food delivery to Clover Tavern in Hush.
Okay, that was on the enemy that we killed that had that was dressed better. 'Cause that's
Yeah.
who I was searching.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, he took it off
So
the
he had taken
driver.
the ledger,
Yeah, he had
okay.
taken the ledger off the driver.
And you said it's called Clover.
Yeah, like a 4-leaf clover. Clover Tavern.
Okay. Tavern. Okay. Sick. Looks like we need to make a stop at Clover Tavern.
So you go ahead and
Y'all are far too worried about this delivery that is not even part of our situation. I don't know where you think your cart's gonna go, but
That's a person that died. That's laying on the
happens
ground
all the
dead.
time.
Well, that
Doesn't mean
might
it
be the
doesn't matter.
case. But
Well,
this is still a person who lost their
there-
life.
There is far more important things that are a lot more costly than just doing this silly little cart. So we should just get on our way.
Marley.
Marlo.
I snap a sarcastic salute and I start moving things out of the way so that we can.
Yeah,
ride
as a
our
group, you
cart
spend
through.
some time pushing this cart off the road so yours can pass, and you get back up as driver. Yeah,
Does Thistle know if this tavern is on the way to where we're going?
the tavern is where you're going. It's in Hush, and you are going
Oh,
to
it is
Hush.
where we're going. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yes. So you all clear the debris, head towards Hush. There's a bit of a frosty demeanor inside the carriage, so that you pick up on between Rosalie and Marlo. There's like that kind of like awkward tension for a part of the drive. As you
And
continue your
since I'm
trip.
uncomfortable,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hop out and sit with Sed instead of. in
Yeah,
the
so
path.
after there's a while of that tension, you're just like, and you go out and sit the rest of the ride up front. So it's just Thistle and Marlowe in the carriage. Thistle and Marlowe, is there any conversation you want to have before we get to the second leg of your journey?
Up to you.
Cool. So as you continue, the path that you are on leads you further into the forest until you spot a large stone pillar, carved top to bottom in ancient dwarven symbols. This denotes one corner of the peaceful village of Hush. When you pass beyond the stone marker, you feel a small sensation like the pop of a bubble. Then the sounds of friendly chatter suddenly become louder. Though the trees of the Sablewood are unchanged here, there is a distinctive, safe and comforting air. A few smiling faces turn to you as your carriage rolls in, waving or casting a warm greeting toward the party. There's lively music drifting your direction from the tavern at the center of town. You know you need to find the Whitefire Arcanist to deliver the package from the king. What would you like to do?
I'm heading the cart straight to wherever our destination is supposed to be, whoever we're meeting, where we were told to go.
You were just told to
That's
go
where
to
I'm leaving.
Hush. The king does not know where in Hush the Arcanist lives. Just knows that that's the town that they live in. So you'd have to ask
got it.
around or do some
Yeah.
sightseeing
I
or.
think that's probably what I would do is start asking townspeople.
All right.
I was gonna say, it seems like a tavern would be a good place to ask.
Okay. While you're on your way to the tavern, Marlowe, you say you want to ask people. Looking out at the crowd, tell me what kind of person would catch your eye. Is there anyone that would stick out to you and you're like, this is who I want to go ask for directions or ask for knowledge?
I'd probably look for someone that looks similar to me and the people that I studied with in school.
Okay.
Kind of assuming that it's a similar vibe.
Okay, so you're looking for a fellow arcane magic practicer. Since you're looking for an arcanist, that makes sense. You scope out the crowd and you don't see you see actually a being that is not very common outside of arcane circles, because there's a type of creature known as a clank, which are automatons, sentient robots, and they are often often made by a caster or an arcanist of some kind, and that's how they're given life, and they're made, and they often work closely with them, or they were made to be an assistant or something, or made with a certain purpose like that. But magic is almost always involved in their creation. So you're maybe they work with the arcanist, or maybe they know something about the arcanist. So you head over to this clank that you see. Aside from just being a clank, is there anything else that sticks out to you about their appearance? Because the good thing about Daggerheart is it's collaborative, and you get to tell me sometimes, you get to have influence on the world unfolding around you.
I feel considering that we're in the woods kind of an area, I feel he would almost look more like some of the creatures that live there. Kind of not so much imagining a tin can, but he looks almost kind of like a golem or something kind of earthy.
Yeah, so most clanks would often be metal, especially in an urban area. This one seems to be made more of stone and wood and more natural materials that has been assembled into this humanoid shape and given life. So I said he fits in with the surroundings. But not only that, it sticks out to you because this clank has a little bat fox asleep on his shoulder and has a little animal sidekick with him. So you head over. As you get closer, you see this clank also has a bunch of small scratches around that shoulder. So it must be this is the common perch where that thing sits, and it scratches up the wood, because they almost have kind of like pauldrons, but made of bark, large pieces of bark. And it seems maybe that's to also give him a bit of a softer place to perch than just the stone that makes up most of his body. And as you approach, he seems to be playing a game with some other kids in town that uses cards and acorns. It's they are periodically, they have each a hand of cards, and they'll put down cards, and then based on the cards they seem to be taking from this pile of acorns. He's playing some sort of game with children.
They're playing poker.
But it doesn't look quite like poker, because it's one card at a time. It's one card at a time. Oh. And you might think it's high card, low card, but then sometimes a lower card, the person takes acorns. So you're I have no idea what this game is.
Honestly, I think I would sit there and watch them for a little bit. See if I can pick up on like what the rules are by just like observing.
All right, make a knowledge roll for me to analyze what they're doing. And are the rest of you, like, doing this with Marlo, or are you going to head to the tavern and leave Marlo to do Marlo things and be like, we'll meet up with you after we go speak to this person? Or go to the tavern and tell them about their delivery? Like, are you sticking together as a group?
I think Thistle might slink off, cause she knows someone who frequents the tavern.
Okay.
Who is like, you know, a criminal-ish.
Crime adjacent.
Yeah, you know, crime adjacent.
Who is less than legal 100 or like 80% of the time, you know? So.
Yeah, you know, frequent contact when I need things done quietly.
Yeah.
You know.
Are you wanting to do that alone, or do you tell us that you're doing that?
Both. Like I would definitely approach the person alone, but like if someone else wanted to go to the tavern,
yeah,
then like
okay.
you know, yeah.
I would nudge Rosalie and be like, "We don't have time to help a dead person, but we got time to watch kids play cards."
Yeah.
I'd like to let you know that my arcane sense is very high, so I probably heard that. Sorry, I'll talk to the king.
We'll meet you there. You want to come with me, or you want to stay with?
Yeah, I think I should come with you.
Okay, all right.
I think somewhere along the way from where we are to the tavern, like Thistle will disappear to you guys, even though you guys know we're all going to the same place. Thistle's gonna kind of sneaky it to try and find this person without alarming them.
All of you don't question it because you know Thistle was put on your team by the king. Thistle was not chosen by Marlo, but it's because of Thistle's skills, and you know Thistle is someone who gets called when the king has problems that cannot be fixed by conventional means, and you were told like to let her do what she do and just go with the process. So you're not like confused or shaken, or you're not suspicious of Thistle just kind of peeling off for a bit. All right, so what was your knowledge roll, Marlo, to try and learn the ins and outs of this card game?
So I rolled a 6, but I'm gonna use a hope to do my royal mage, because that's like part of the knowledge that they gained was through that kind of a thing. So it'll be 8.
Okay.
I don't know if that's gonna help at all, but
you have also, don't forget, you have your rally die to spend any point in this session from Rosalie. If you'd like, I'm not saying, like, do it now. I'm just saying, reminding you it exists.
I will on the card game.
On the card game? Yeah. So you said that brought it up to an 8.
Yeah.
Luckily enough for you, I was like, you think, you get the basic rules, that it is, like, they're doing, they each flip a card at a time, and most of the time, the higher card takes the acorns. And there isn't betting. There's like a pool of acorns in the middle. And when you do, you can choose to take either like 3 from the pool or 1 from your opponent when your card wins. And you get that. But every so often, there's a card that is the lower card. And you have yet to figure out why, like what the exception to the rule is. Or what they have that breaks the basic rule of the game. But you've got the basic structure of the game. And like how that works, but you can't figure out that last bit.
Okay, I think I would use that kind of as an opening to talk to the clank. And just to be like, I don't know how I want to phrase it. Like, this game, like, seems really fun, but how come the lower card is beating some of the bigger ones?
Oh, well, you see, when these lower cards, they appear lower in value, yes, but it's a mathematical equation. See, when that number is actually the square of the last 4 cards played put together, then you get to take it's a math game. You see, it's kind of hard to explain unless you're someone who enjoys mathematics.
That's awesome.
But when the equation cannot be completed, then the high card wins.
Oh, that's really interesting. Are everyone here pretty knowledgeable in like math?
Not particularly. In fact, I'm pretty sure the child I am playing with does not know the rules. They're just going with what I tell them.
I love that.
And the kid just nods and
Do you
goes,
know a
I'm
lot of-
winning.
That's fair. Are you pretty like knowledgeable about the people that are around in this town as well?
I've actually only just moved here. I've been sent here on a field mission from my creator to do kind of like a naturalist study of Hush and the Sablewood. Why are you looking for someone?
I am. In particular, I forget what's the white.
You don't know their name, just their title, the White Fire Arcanist.
It's a white fire arcanist that I was sent to have a conversation with.
Oh, then you are probably best speaking with there's this dwarven woman frequents the tavern who is her closest friend and knows where she lives. Talks about her all the time. It's this I believe her name is Lausa. Thick luscious beard.
Lausa.
Can't miss her.
Hmm. Well, thank you. I appreciate you giving me some information. Have fun
course.
with your friend in your card game.
Of course. Hopefully I can find a slightly more skilled opponent in the time I am here for my studies. But if not, the children seem to not mind just doing as I tell them.
I'll definitely stop by and check in on you and see if you got a worthy opponent.
Oh, pleasure to meet you, by the way. My name's Halithan. Oops, I hit my microphone. What is your name?
My name's Marlo.
Oh, lovely name. Pleasure.
You hear an echo in the wind. Marley.
All right. So you head towards the tavern where you will eventually reconvene with your party members, but as they got there a little bit before you, what do you all do when you arrive? So this tavern, by the way, it is a well-known site for those that do travel in the Sablewood. It is one of the oldest trees in the entire woods was made into this tavern. It has 6 stories that curve around and climb the trunk of the tree, and it is massive, like absolutely huge. And it's the heart of the community, so it is dead smack center in the middle of town. Like the rest of Hush almost fits under the canopy of this tree because it's so big. It's always crowded with music and good-natured conversation. You also notice there are shoes hung over lines. Like, you know when people like tie their shoelaces together and throw them over like telephone wires in our world? But these look very intentionally and artfully placed. All the lines are easily within reach, somewhat low to the ground. They hang over a line that stretches across the bar's entrance and the bar's ground floor. Apparently, and then Thistle and Rosalie, you'll know this is a tradition where travelers and non-residents of Hush, newcomers, have to take their shoes off and leave them on the strings when they enter the tavern. And by the time you leave, your shoes are shined and often filled with little trinkets as a welcome gift from the residents.
I grumble and take off my shoes. Hang
I
them
would
on.
take off my shoes too, but I don't have any shoes.
Oh, so you can just fly. You don't have to step on the ground at all.
You'll also see that like sometimes I just perch on your shoulder because I can.
Yeah. And then yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I just wanted to make sure, do I have to leave deck outside or
Nope.
can you come in?
Animal, well-trained animal familiars and or sidekicks are welcome. And service animals, of course.
Perfect.
You also
Sick.
notice that this tree, so it's like curves around the tree. The reason it was built in this curving fashion is it is wheel accessible because there are some clanks that ambulate on wheels. There are people that use wheelchairs or mobility aids. So even though it's like 6 stories up a tree, in the way the ramps spiral up the tree, it is all accessible.
We love accessibility.
Yo.
So, Thistle, are you taking your shoes off? Because you're kind of a gray area. It's like you're not purely, like you and Rosalie aren't 100% newcomers, but you're also not residents. So it's like...
Well, Thistle is exploring real quick, like just around the tavern, as much as that's possible, looking for her friend who
Mhm.
is a small, very much looks like they belong in the Underdark myconid, or not myconid, fungrel.
Yep, fungrels.
That's just her little contact.
Okay.
I don't know what their name should be, but but that's just her little contact in the area, and she just wants to see if she's hanging around or not, and if she is, she wants to ask about the incident we had with
I'll
the
tell you
thistle
their
folk
name.
people.
Their name is Thorngage. That's their name now.
Oh,
How's that sound? Is that vibe?
Fancy.
Okay. So you're looking for
Portobello.
you are looking for Thorngage. For your first basic, like, you guys take some time just to check out the different levels and see what the vibes of the tavern is like. First, I'd say,
I
what do
would've gone
you?
straight to the tavern keeper if I could.
Okay.
And with the and just I mean, it doesn't have to be like a full on scene or anything, but I would just be like, this is from a cart, and just
Yeah.
kind of explain the situation and give them the 2 bags of gold.
Okay. The tavern keeper seems appreciative. First seems like, oh, what a shame, because that merchant was a regular, so they knew them. So they do seem very crestfallen and very taken aback immediately at the news, but they compose themselves, since they're, working and in public. And they say, though, it's not going to be supply-wise the worst timing. Like, there would be worse times just to happen, because there is a festival coming up called the First Moss Festival, which is based on when new crops are grown, and they have these things called the Sunless Farms, and it's all types of like plants, mosses, funguses that don't need light to grow, and they're also highly nutritious and very edible. So they have a festival for when all those plants are like in season coming up, so they'll be able to supplement their supplies. They might have to change their menus a little bit for a while, but like they'll make do. And they'll just have to make sure it's a point like we need to reach out some contacts, like find a new supplier in the near future. They'll tell you that any drinks or meals you want to have here tonight will be on the house as a thanks for telling them that and making sure they were aware, and doing your best to also avenge him.
I do a little like high five to Rosalie.
So after that, do you guys do like general looking around? And obviously, Thistle's looking for Thorngage, but the rest of you just like kind of explore. Like, are you doing like a vibe check of the different levels, or do you want to like pick a level, pick a place, and hang out there for a bit, wait for Marlowe?
I would ask White Fire Mage. What
The White Fire Arcanist, yeah.
Arcanist.
This person also directs you to her best friend is a dwarven woman named Lausa, who will be in here shortly, because she is one of the brewers who makes some of like the ales that they serve here. So she should be coming by soon to drop off some more ales, like a few more casks, a few more kegs. So she said you should probably be like stick around the first floor, but she'll be a little bit, so you have a little bit of time to explore, but she'll be here soon.
Nice.
Have I made it to the tavern yet?
Yeah. We'll do Thistle's finding Thorngage, and then we'll say by that time you get to the tavern and reunite with your group. So you find Thorngage on the 4th floor of the 6 Thistle. So the first floor is like your basic, like tavern, food, drinks. Second floor seems to be like a gaming area. There's people playing card games, dice games, some tables. There's like a smaller, lesser bar that just has like ales and nothing else, like no wine, no one making mixed drinks. There's just like kegs, like taps on a wall, and you can like you pay for a cup and you can like refill in the gaming area. There's also some arm wrestling going on. The 3rd level seems to be currently there is like an arts and crafts thing going on. There's like someone leading one of those like paint and sips, like where they're all painting the same image while drinking. And then the 4th level, there's like a little local vendor like marketplace pop-up market thing happening, people selling all sorts of little trinkets and stuff, and that's where you find Thorngage. Thorngage is like scoping out, trying to see if any of these trinkets are more than just like, oh, fun little knickknacks, or any hidden gems in this market. You find them looking around the stalls.
Okay, yeah. I'll approach them. Not super sneakily, but just kind of give them a nod, or like if we have a little wave that we do usually, I'll just do that.
You
to
have
get their attention.
You have some hand signs that you do, like you do some sign language to each other. And
yeah.
Thorngage sees it and kind of like gestures over to a corner where there is a stall. Looks like they closed up early for the day, and both of you being small, you can kind of slip behind that stall and just use it as cover, and no one really, and there's no like attention, there isn't really a crowd there because no one's actively selling anything there, so you can use that stall as cover to converse unnoticed.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and I'll just ask her, like, I just basically want to get a feel for if the thistle, what were they? Thistle folk?
Thistle folk.
If they have been like extra active lately, or if maybe there's been any rumors of them following some kind of a new leader, or anything of that effect that might make them go after us, or just a random merchant like that kind of thing.
They do tell you that there does seem to have been a slight uptick in activity, because again, before they were a minority. Like I said, people remember them and that name, but for a while people could still, the societal memory was still the majority of the Thistlefolk are peaceful, but that opinion is fading, and more people are now associating Thistlefolk with the Thistlefolk bandits specifically, because they do seem to be growing in number and getting more bold. Because before it might be like, I don't know, like one incursion a month, one incursion every other month, but now it's like once every other week. Merchants are having issues. More security is needed.
Okay. I'm gonna give her a gold piece and basically just tell her to like keep me apprised of any changes. And I want to see if she has an opinion on this Whitefire mage or Whitefire Arcanist.
She laughs and goes, well, not the most social being, shall we say. Keeps pretty much to herself. Hope one of you likes climbing. And with that, walks away.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, I'll catch up with the group.
So you head back downstairs to the first level where Marlo comes in, and Marlo, you see your party members sitting at a table. You join them, and you only have to wait about 15 minutes or so before Lausa enters the bar. Older dwarven woman with a thick beard, carrying barrels of ale on her shoulders, like she's bringing them in, top up the bar. Looks also fairly muscular. This buff ass lady. Before we go forward, does anyone need like a bio break, bathroom break, leg stretch break? Because this would be a good place to do our break. All right,
Yes,
perfect.
please.
A break would be good, yeah.
All right, let's do 15-minute break, because that'll put us starting at 4 for the second half of our one shot.
Sweet.
That's good.
Alrighty. Where's my break screen? There it is. All right. Just for those who've been watching,
I don't like being mean.
you can't see us right now, chat, but for those who've been watching,
I know you don't mean it.
1 second. I'm a deafen, so if y'all want to have any chats, go ahead. I'm gonna deafen real quick and just remind chat about our charity for a bit before I go do my bio break tings. All right. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching so far. Hope you're having fun. Just a reminder, any donations that you make when we come back during the back half of our adventure, you can give either a player, Hope, or myself, Fear, and also help an incredible cause. You can check out our campaign, the Tiltify campaign page here, that has the various incentives that I'm doing for this campaign. If you do donate, make sure to use the poll feature, and you can influence what character I'm going to create in World of Warcraft if we hit our $500 goal. And yeah, all sorts of good stuff. Thanks for being here. Also, on the break is a great time to retweet our stream link, share socials if you think someone would enjoy what we're doing here, having fun today. Help us spread the word about St. Jude. Post in Discord servers, all that jazz. And if you have any questions about Daggerheart, either now or for the rest of the time we're playing, don't hesitate to ask in the chat. Hello, everybody. We are back from break. We turn down our ambient music. Let me see if the group's ready to come back. Everybody ready to be back? Yeah? Okay, good. They give me thumbs up. Welcome back from our break. Hope everybody topped up their water, did a stretch, took your meds, did some self-care. Do what you gotta do. Sure did. Yay, we love to see it.
My self-care.
I fucking love Cheez-Its. Oh.
Two
Bruh.
pepperettes over here.
I have regular Cheez-Its, and then I also have the Italian 4 cheese Cheez-Its.
Hell yeah.
Because I'm from.
One of the saddest days
Okay.
ever, I was playing Apex on stream, and I was like, every time we get into top whatever, I get to eat a Cheez-It, and then I didn't get to eat a Cheez-It for like 4 hours, and it was very sad.
Oh, rude.
Because we sucked that day.
So disappointing.
I think you should have had a consolidation Cheez-It personally.
Right. All right. Cookie bars, I love it. Zoe, that sounds delicious.
Hell yeah.
Love that for you.
Zoe, can you drive 2.5 hours and bring them to me, please?
Fun
I
fact.
don't know where you are, but can you stop by for me too?
Fun fact, the chocolate chip cookie recipe and the Stardew Valley cookbook are the best chocolate chip cookies I've ever had. I made them the
That's
other day.
what I've heard.
Bomb.
Interesting.
I desire.
With the talk of yummy cookies and deliciousness, mimics the yummy smells of the really delicious food in the tavern you are currently in. And we take it back to our story today, our adventure, where our party is sitting in the Clover Tavern in the town of Hush, waiting for the arrival of a dwarf ale maker by the name of Lausa Standworth, who has just arrived.
I think that's what you're looking for.
I was like, who's going to be the one to try to get her attention?
Oh, that's gonna be me. Despite your opinion, I was able to get information from the card game that I was watching. So I'm gonna be right back, and I'm gonna go ahead and have a little chat.
Sick.
Does anyone accompany Marlo, or are
And
you
I'm
going to let
gonna-
Marlo talk to her by herself?
No, she'd be mean to me. I'm still hiding over by Sid.
I'll let Marlo go by herself, but I'm just gonna say to the rest of the group, like, be prepared for a climb when we do find where we're supposed to go.
Uh-oh.
A climb.
And I'll just, like, pat my grappling hook that's on my hip.
Dead. Alright. I probably will go up to her and be like, "Hi, you're Luisa, correct?"
Lausa, yes, that's me. How can I
Lausa.
help you?
Apologies.
All good, all good.
I was actually sent here to find the Whitefire Arcanist.
Hold on,
and
let me
was
put these down
told-
for a minute. And she goes over to the bar and puts down the two massive ass fucking kegs of ale. She had one on either shoulder. Goes, ugh, and does it like a stretch. Okay, sorry. Go ahead now. Those are just getting mighty heavy.
I'm gonna pretend like I'm not looking at her like she's the sexiest thing I've ever seen. in
I
my
was like,
life.
if anyone here is, in the words of one of my favorite booktubers I learned recently, if anyone else here is a forearm girly or a forearm slut, as she like stretches out and does like this, she got some nice sexy forearms.
Oh no.
Sorry, excuse me. I was
Forearm?
sitting here looking for the Whitefire Arcanist.
Oh,
And I was
yeah.
told that you might be
don't
able to assist
say.
me.
You don't say. I probably should have guessed, given you have that fancy magic looking type, that air about you that she does too.
Oh, is this Murray?
Maybe. May I ask what this is about? She's a pretty secretive person. Wouldn't be happy with me if I was giving her address just to anybody.
Yeah, so I'm actually the right-hand mage of the king, and I was sent here to make a special delivery for him that is specifically to her.
Oh. Do you have any sort of royal seal or anything to prove that? Not that I think you look dishonest, but I mean, I just gotta be careful. And you can make a presence roll for me to see if she believes you're the royal mage to the king. And you can use your royal mage experience absolutely to apply to if you have hope, unless you've used it all.
Nope, I still got hope.
There you go.
I'm gonna do it. Please be nice to me.
Because does Marlo have decent presence?
+1.
+1. It's not terrible. You know.
Mm.
Now
12.
+3 because of your experience. 12. You don't have, like, the package itself has a royal seal, like the royal crest on it, but it's back in your carriage, which is parked outside. And which you could tell her that.
Oh, I forgot my wallet. Hang on.
So I don't have an official paperwork. There is a seal on the package that I'm delivering. However, I was told to keep it top secret. So
Oh,
if you really need to believe me, I can show you.
I mean, now I'm just curious whether I believe you or not. I'd like to see this.
All right, let me gather my party real quick, and we can take you on out, and we can show you.
So you see her heading back towards your table with Lausa following her.
All right, we're gonna take Lausa out and show her the package, so that way she knows that we are really with the king. If you guys want to follow with me.
Hi there.
Can I do basically like whatever Daggerheart's version of an insight check would be? Because this lady just agreed to go with 4 strangers outside.
It's an instinct. It's an instinct
Listen,
roll.
and I didn't want to show her the package by myself. I'm
I
afraid
don't
that she's
blame
gonna
you.
try stealing.
Yeah. It's an instinct roll in Daggerheart, but
Or
yeah,
she
go
might
ahead and
have
make an
other
instinct
ideas
roll
about what
for
your
me.
package is.
Okay.
What's in
and
your
can
package?
I use? Let's see. Okay, this isn't really well. Okay, it's. Can I argue that this is detecting a lie in the sense of like her coming out under kind of false pretenses? Like,
Yeah,
is she
sure.
trying to get the jump on us?
Sure,
like,
yeah.
if she's like secretly powerful.
Yeah.
And so how does advantage work? Because this is using scoundrel from Slyborn.
Advantage means you add a d6.
Do I roll both twice?
No, you roll the 2d12, but you also roll a d6, and you add that to the roll. So it'd be like the 2d12, add them together. Then so say you rolled like a 5 and a 6, and that was an 11. Then you roll the d6, add whatever from the d6, and then any other modifiers. So like your instinct in this case.
Okay, so that's a...
So 2d12s plus d6 plus instinct. And you still have to tell me whether it's hope or fear.
Just making sure I'm adding all of the things I need to be adding.
Yeah, it's a lot.
To do that, I know a lot of things cost.
That's
hope.
gonna be...
Does it? Yeah. Does that feature from your
12
Slyborn background cost anything to use, like a hope or a stress, or no?
It just says that I have advantage on those rolls.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's a total of... What is math?
Hard.
12 with hope.
12 with hope. Okay.
That's hard.
You don't get the sense she's lying. You see as she comes over your table, lots of people wave hi to her, and she's like, "Oh, hey, y'all." Like, she seems to be very popular. A lot of people know her. She is respected and well known. Also, she buff as fuck. She looks like you are confident she could handle herself if it got into a physical altercation. So you don't. Nothing immediately
so she's not putting
suggests
herself at danger.
No, nothing immediately suggests any sort of
She is the
sketchy
danger.
or like she has some sort of
yeah,
weird
she is.
motive. She's either really curious, she's either protective of her friend, she maybe thinks Marlo is hot, or all of the above. You don't know. But it could be any combination of those
I
three.
would love that. I would
All
love her
right.
to think I'm sexy.
I
Maybe it should have just been her and I
think
out to the
Thistle will
garage, if you know
still
what I mean.
be on edge, but obviously she will be remaining with her party and everything. But I just
Yeah,
wanted to get a read on like, why is this lady trusting 4 strangers? Is she gonna kill us? Like,
She wants to see our package.
Also,
Don't
again,
show it to
like
her.
yes,
Can ya,
yes,
boy?
it's 1v4, but your carriage is
No.
parked outside in like the parking, like the stable parking area. It's not like you're going to take her to
We're
like
in
a back
public.
alley. Yeah, you're in public. You're not taking her to
Right,
some
right.
fucking sketchy, like
A back alley.
shadowy alley with a dumpster in it.
Yeah.
Okay, like yeah,
not selling her watches out of a trench coat.
yeah,
The
exactly.
equivalent of a dumpster.
So you go out to the carriage, and you show her the package. The carriage itself also has some royal insignia on it, and she looks very, very impressed and does another, like, a double take now that she knows it's looking at all of you. It's like, well then, not every day you get to talk to people who've been to the palace. What's it like?
It's boring.
So much fun.
Palacey. Oh,
That is a wide array of
I'd
answers.
just
My
say Not
goodness.
the same as anywhere else.
well, I don't spend a lot of time inside the palace personally.
Well then.
It's just a lot of pretending like you like each other just for you to not actually like each other.
True.
I don't know. I tend to like most people.
That's also true.
That's because of who you are as a person, not the palace.
Well then.
Not sure if I should be offended or take that as a compliment, but it's so nice to meet you. My name's Rosalie. You can call me Rosie if you want.
Sure, I love that. Sounds real cute. Suits you. Anyways, in that case, I'll tell you where the Arcanist lives. She even draw you a nice little map here on the back of this little napkin. Pulls out like a serviette from her various pockets. Goes, but could you maybe do me one small favor? And looks at Marlo and does like some eyelash batting.
Rosie elbows said.
It depends on what exactly it is. Is it gonna take us off route pretty far?
Oh no
or-
no no! It's for later. It's think of it as like a down the road favor. And she pulls out a business card, has her name on it, and then the title Brewmaster, and it has like the it says Hush, and then it describes it's like Main Street, third house down, like Blue Door or something. Because they don't really have like phone numbers, emails, or whatever. But where she lives, and then the back says finest brews in all the wood, and like apostrophe wood, like an abbreviation of Sablewood. It says, I've been meaning to expand my business, and I would love if maybe some discerning folks such as yourselves with some good taste could maybe sample some of my wares, and then if you like them, maybe tell your king about it, or just tell some of the folks at court. Maybe you don't have to bother the king with all that nonsense. But I've been thinking about expanding. Could use some connections.
Yeah, I'll definitely take that to him for you, and I can see what we can do.
Perfect. So then she, like, rather than you taking the card, does remind me, hold on, I have art. I know what Marlo looks like. Hold up. So Marlo
I
has,
don't know if I have pockets.
no, you don't, but you do have, like, these, like, Final
belt.
Fantasy-esque X straps, like,
Yeah.
unnecessary, completely fashionable straps going across, like, your chest and cleavage
Or
area.
she could just put them in my shirt.
Well, she about to do like the dollar bill into a stripper thing, but in between, like, there's an X kind of right over your cleavage, and he sticks it kind of down in there, her business card, for you, and says, perfect. We'll talk business later then. It seems like y'all have places to be. Now, the Arcanist is quite busy, but if you've traveled so far, I'm sure she'll be more than hospitable. We would be lost without her. She keeps this whole place protected by a powerful ward so that no dangers from the Sablewood can pass into town. You probably felt it when you came in here, that little pop, in your ears. You'll find her house to the south through the farmland. It's hanging from one of our old Sablewood trees. You can't miss it. And, like, sketches out a little map, like, so, like, which streets of town. Go exit south side, past these farm fields, and then just, like, draws a big tree. It says right there.
Marlo officially cannot speak words anymore because she almost put her hand in her boobs.
That she did.
I'll take the map and say thank you very much. This will be very helpful.
Thank you. I got some more kegs to
Can't wait to
unload.
try your brews.
Yeah, I got some more kegs to unload, but once you've had your visit with the Arcanist, maybe, then you can come back and try some. Now, in case you weren't aware, we don't have any inns in Hush. It's customary for people to stay with residents. We're very hospitable here. So the innkeep there can generally hook you up. There's usually people in the tavern, someone that'll put a roof over your head for the night, but at least one of you can stay with me. Again, looking at Marlo. But that's for after. I'll see you after you talk to the Arcanist. So do you immediately take your little map and head out, or is there anything in town you want to do before you leave?
Good.
All right. Before you leave,
Yeah,
Sedarian, you put your shoes back on because you took them
Yo.
off.
Thank you. Yeah.
They are nice and clean.
Definitely remembered.
They are clean. They've been shined. They look better than they have probably in years. And you find a little trinket in the toe of your left shoe. Tell me what you think what's in there. What do you pull out of your shoe?
Oh.
As a gift from the locals.
I think they would have seen me with my wolf deck and would have a little wood carved wolf statue that kind of resembles, like they whittled it while I was in the tavern and threw it in there.
What if I started crying? Cute.
Speaking of Dak, you also you whistle and call him over to you. He has been being showered in love by a bunch of kids that abandoned. There was like that like painting area upstairs. There was like the adult half, like a paint and sip with some drinks. But there was also just like a kids little like art contest going on, which a bunch of them promptly abandoned. They were like puppy and went to go like play with your dog. You come over and he has like some of his hair has been braided into cute little braids, and some of them have woven flowers into his wolf fur, and he's giving you a look like, look what they did to me, Dad. Like, he's very well trained, so he let the kids do it, but he's not happy about it. He's giving you like the looking up through his eyes and like slightly pouting.
At me.
I kneel down and scrub him by, and he's like, such a dapper gentleman as you are.
Look at your little braids, Dak. You look so cute.
And I'm gonna hop down off of Sed's shoulder and perch down I'll land on the back of
I need the art
Dak
immediately.
and scritch his ears.
There are, in fact, two of the braids have been put in perfect places to almost be little reins or handholds for you now that you ride on Dak. So you now have two little like braided little handholds behind his ears. They're very short. Like his hair's only just long enough to put in like teeny little braids, but they did it. They did it.
That's all you need.
Yep. So you head
Also,
over.
can I check?
Yeah.
Can we check on the Clank before we leave?
Yeah.
I want to know if he got a good appointment. Opponent.
I was like, what? You come back.
Somewhere to be.
You go back to where they were playing, and it's kind of like, you know, there's those chess tables in like public parks. There's like, that's where he was playing before. There's just like these gaming tables out in a little like town square kind of area. And now you see he is no longer playing with a human or humanoid opponent, but seems to be no longer playing, like almost pretending he's playing the game, but really just like feeding some more of those like squirrel cats and some of the like hybrid creatures that Sablewood is known for, and in the guise of a card game, like still putting down cards and things, but then rather than taking just kind of like from the acorn pile, taking them occasionally while the other animal just kind of like takes acorns sometimes. And he's like, I'm pretending I'm playing, but really I'm just feeding wildlife. And he's taking notes on some of the wildlife next to him. Like he's using the food to keep them there. It seems to be like sketching and making some notes.
I really just wanted to see if he was going against someone else, so I'm not gonna bother him. I'm gonna let him feed his little guys.
Right. So you roll out. You make your way past the homes of the village and then through the farmlands of Hush as you were directed by Lausa. You see a variety of crops that have begun to cultivate a thin layer of glowing blue moss over the top of their fruits and vegetables. They pulse softly like a heartbeat as you pass. This is like that first moss festival that you, someone heard of, or like the Barnkeep told Sedarian at festival starting soon. This must be the moss in question. Among the thriving groves, you notice that the sablewood trees in this area have hundreds of unique faces carved into all sides, the eyes peering in every direction. One tree, taller than the rest, bears the Arcanist's home, like an overripe fruit. It hangs from a thick braided rope as wide around as a giant's forearm, tied to a massive branch, and it's counterweighted by a cabin-sized boulder lying at the base of the tree. The stone is marked with a collection of symbols, and the cabin windows flash periodically with a soft yellow-green light. What would you like to do? So you have to... This house is not on the ground. You cannot knock on the door. It is hovering up in the air.
Whoa. That's cool.
I
Well,
have a
I
grappling
could
hook.
probably fly up and.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
you
say,
could fly.
can I ask Rosalie to fly up there?
Yeah.
Rosie.
As you fly up there,
Did I stutter?
did I stutter? I will say you can make either a strength or an agility roll for me as you fly up and try and approach the house.
Sure. Let me see here. I'm not going to use strength because
Oh, this
I
is
have
going to be
negative
protected as heck,
one
isn't it?
there.
Let me tell you,
That's
Thistle, you're
how I
next.
feel. Yeah, you can stick to stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, where the hell did that go?
Little grabby hands.
There it goes. Okay. Oh no. Where is my calculator? Oh, I know what that is. It's has a 16, but with fear.
Okay.
Oh no.
I will take
first
the fear. As you get, the closer you get, that light flashing in the window, you actually also see there is, a faint, like, yellowish, almost like mist that seems to be coming out, even though the windows are closed, like, through some of the gaps in the panes, or, like, leaking out around the window. And the closer you get, it's making this kind of cloud around, the translucent cloud around the house. It smells awful. Like something, they must be doing something in there, some sort of potion making, alchemy, something. But whatever they're doing is creating this mist around the house that is noxious, borderline rough to get through. You manage to find, like, you notice it's not a perfect bubble, so you have to, like, go look for the parts, like, kind of, like, you can't just do a direct line. You have to, like, scout around the house and find the few places where this mist doesn't cling to, for you to even be able to, like, be conscious or, like, stomach it long enough to, like, rap on a window or rap on a door. So you mark a stress because you have to, like, be sitting in this cloud of fumes, basically. And you, like, pull up your clothes and kind of hold your breath. After you find a pocket with your agility where it seems like there's the least of this concentrated mist. And you rap on a window. What do you say? Or what do you do when you finally make it there?
Do we know if this is a do we know the pronouns of this person?
You've been saying she and her, I think.
I have been, yes, and I do believe that is correct.
Okay.
Excuse me,
Yes,
Miss
she, her.
Alchemist. Delivery for you from the king.
Yeah. You see, another fairy face, not similar to your own, because all fairy look very different, but they, other than they share a winged and insectoid lineage. And you notice she is very different from you, because she is roughly 7 feet tall, a mix of humanoid and firefly. Ooh. And so part of why her house is so big, you now realize. And you see her head towards the window where you're rapping, and she moves in a combination of both very, very slow, but also suddenly jerky moments. Like, it'll be like she, like, quick jerk around the table, and then almost, like, floating, like, lazily over to you, but then, like, arm reaches up, like, quick to open the window. Her expressions are difficult to read, but her emotions are very clear in her voice. And she also looks very, very old, but spry. She eyes you, and then she looks down at the group, the rest of you down there, kind of gets, like, a look of recognition in her eyes. Says, "Are you the group Amaris sent from the capital? Well, you're rather late, aren't you? It's nearly dusk. Come in. And you see, so she gestures for you to come inside. Thankfully, the smell's not as bad here, because she has like like, ventilation that was pushing it all outside. And she does have something brewing in her fireplace. She walks over to, like, the far wall, like, where there seems to be, like, a crank, and she starts cranking, and you see the boulder start to, like, a pulley system go up, and it's lowering her house to the ground, so the rest of you can enter. So as she lowers her home and invites you all inside, you'll notice the treehouse is surprisingly spacious. The main room is a crowd of potion bottles, spell books, runes, plants, and small creatures in specimen jars of all kinds. but no one could classify this place as messy. It's clear that if anyone moved a single item even an inch, she would notice. It's like there's clutter everywhere, but it's immaculately, like, it's in lines. There's no, like, nothing has spilled. Everything has lids on it. Everything's grouped together, like, all bottles over here, all the creatures over here, but there is not a spare
Organized
surface
chaos.
to be seen. Yeah. Every countertop, every table, even, like, some chairs. Like, there's a chair for her to sit on. There is her bed, and then everything else, every surface is covered, but immaculately organized.
I think Marlowe is going to be so excited to see all of that stuff that she's literally going to look around and forget why they were there. She's like, oh my god, there's so many. I could do so much with this. This is so cool.
Would that like ring true as something that like Rosalie would notice as like pure Marlowe? Like just
Well,
pure
you know,
the essence of you.
Marlowe is knowledge hungry, and that's why Marlowe has a position she has. So being surrounded by someone who clearly is that like knows more than her, has much to teach her, also has all these resources. Like, this is, for a small house, she has such a decent collection. It's like rivaling the resources that Marlowe would have access to as a royal mage. So it's extra impressive out in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, you know right away this is like Marlowe's now gonna be very distracted for a while, probably.
I am more in danger with the 7-foot firefly than I was with the dwarf woman.
Facts.
In another life, Thistle would want to steal a lot of this.
I got my eye on you.
I think Rosalie would probably laugh a little bit.
Yeah.
Not loud, just like a slight little giggle
Yeah.
to see that Marlowe is like being herself and
Yep.
not so serious.
Oh, when we get there, when it gets down and we start to go inside, I would have like started taking my shoes off, looking for where to hang them.
She sees you and goes, oh, that's just a tavern tradition. We don't need to do that here. You can keep those on, please.
Oh, okay, all right.
She says
Thank
your
you.
feet stink.
I mean, you're welcome
Oh,
to
she
take them
said.
off, but I'm not going to be shining them or hiding any trinkets in them, so there's no real
Oh.
point.
I'm slumping. All right.
We're
Yeah,
so
my
sorry
little
we're late, Miss Alchemist.
Yeah, we
Arcanist,
ran into a little
actually.
trouble.
I dabble in alchemy, but
Right.
technically my title is Arcanist.
Arcanist. Right.
Well,
got- You know, we got a little pinned down by some bandits on our way here, so we're a little bit late, and also we didn't know where you lived.
yes, I have heard they've been rather active lately, these bandits, but thankfully they know better than to trouble us here in Hush, and I don't leave the city limits, or city is a generous term. I don't leave the town limits very much. But you are here with a delivery, yes? I'm assuming it's in the carriage? Unless it's
Yep.
on one of your persons?
Oh, it could not be on one of our.
Oh. Is it?
I mean, it could,
Too
but
small.
I don't think that the magic that is holding that package from being opened would be very generous to being on your body.
Fascinating.
Anyways, I can go grab it.
Oh, no need. Hang on. And she goes to where that crank was for the counterweight. You see now there's a different there is like what looks like the shape of like a flower bud like carved into her wall. She puts her hand over it and it starts to glow, and all of a sudden the walls of her house start to slowly unfold like petals of a flower, and like her house is now open to the public, so to speak. And she like pulls her hand out, and the carriage just like pulls right up inside the house, and she like furniture moves magically out of the way in an already packed space, and then holds it again, and the walls fold back up, and the carriage is now in the house with you, and there is not much room to move. Space is at a premium right now.
Do you need a roommate?
I mean, do you think
Live
one
with
would
you.
fit? You would take up valuable space.
Thistle
I'll
makes
let-
a mental note to make sure that she has a contact in this person when she leaves.
I will sleep on the floor. I want to know all of the things of all the things.
Well, you would absolutely have to. There is nowhere else to sleep in this place. I mean, I frequently have to use half of my bed. to pile books on. But it's okay. I really should set on expanding, or maybe, get some storage in town, but who has the time? All right, let's see this box, shall we? And levitates the box out of the carriage and just holds her hand over it. And it didn't have anything like a key, a handle. It seemed almost like a sealed, like there weren't even any seams. It was just like this magically locked container. And as she holds her hands over it, it opens up almost like her house did. It starts to like peel back, like, when you do those like nets, those 2-dimensional nets in school, and you have to find out what 3D shape they make and fold them up into the cube or the pyramid or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it unfolds like one of those nets. And inside the package lies a massive stone with a lion's face carved into it. Marlowe, you recognize this as the keystone of the capital city gate's main archway. The Arcanist nods as soon as she sees it, saying, "Well, of course, this king would have kept this a big secret. If anyone knew your city was no longer warded, you would be conquered before sunrise." With this ominous warning, she starts to unfurl the treehouse yet again. We must travel to the open vale and revitalize the ward. I see that's why he sent it. Its magic is perilously low. But such an effort will attract dangerous creatures from the wood, so I will need your help.
You got it.
Absolutely.
It's a keep the enemies away quest.
It is an escort
Don't
quest.
take too much damage.
Not really an escort quest.
Please tell me she walks at a normal speed.
No, it's
You're like,
She doesn't go like just slightly slower than we
Than
do,
all of
so
you,
we have to like go and stop her and
Can't run to keep up with her, can't walk.
How did you know?
can't walk, can't run.
I don't think I would be able to keep up with someone that's 7 foot tall, to be honest.
Nope. So, again, she makes her house unfurl, pushes the carriage out of it, and once you all leave her house, she unfurls it back up, and and then heads over to the tree, and then opens up like a secret compartment hidden in the bark where there's also a crank, and cranks her house back up, so it's back up like hoisted in the air again and not sitting on the ground. And says, "Okay, follow me. We're headed to the open
Know
vale."
her name.
She's not giving you one. You only have her title.
Thistle just grumbles about not having to climb.
Man. She keeps getting hotter.
If no one in your party had wings, then climbing would have needed to be involved, but one of y'all was a fairy.
Right.
Marlo's so thirsty.
Everyone we meet is like, I
Yep.
love them.
Also, and she's like,
Thistle just likes, using her froggy limbs and stretching them.
and so you're not walking to the veil. She gets into your carriage and just sits in primly and like sits very, very good posture and looks expectantly at you all. Goes, "Well, who's driving?" And she's sitting up front, like as if she's gonna sit. So the driver will sit next to her, so she can give direction.
Okay.
No,
I
no,
thought she got in the car. I was
No.
gonna say I like to think we all got in with her.
no.
I was
She has to direct you
Marlo-
to the open veil.
Marlo is so incredibly tempted to drive, but does not know how to drive a carriage. Alright, said, have fun.
I whistle for Dak to do his scout thing as we.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so he's running ahead of the carriage, keeping an eye on things. She is directing you where to go. She talks a little bit. She doesn't seem like super chatty out of her directions, but she asks a handful of questions before just like settling in for directions, like who is the one who told you how to find her house? Because she realized she never gave the king directions. Has some nice things to say about Lausa. Just asks more about your encounter with the bandits. And is there anything anyone wants to do on your journey to the Vale, or no? Like, it's just any
I like to think
conversation.
that Marlo's got her head out of the
I'm
little
literally
window in the
sitting there.
front. It's like
Peeking out.
So-
No, you know how there's that
me
window?
and
Get
her,
all the-
and then Marlo's head.
No, there's that window in
Why'd
some
you get all those
carriages, so you can
trinkets?
talk to
I
the
wanna-
driver. You've opened that window, and Marlo's head's behind you guys, like talking to you.
Where'd you get all your trinkets? I want to read your books. You want to hang out sometime? I think we'd be really good friends.
We'd be really good friends. She tells you most of
I said, I've
her
never seen this side of Marlo.
anything not native to the Sablewood. She has people who do errands for her, or she'll have deals like the king, for example, is gonna pay her with quite a few artifacts for doing this. Now she knows why. She always thought it was a generous offer, because literally she's recharging the ward that protects his whole kingdom, right? So, like, it's a pretty big deal. But yeah, she
Thank
seems
you.
receptive to your
Rosalie.
conversation. Like she doesn't gatekeep her knowledge. She shares with Marlo anything she asks about.
I will do anything for you.
Amanda, you're saying?
Sorry, I was gonna say, I think that Rosalie, probably since the Arcanist is sitting next to Sed where she normally would be sitting,
Yeah.
she's in the back. But she is, she's playing some music on her forearms, and singing a relaxing song. So I'm gonna use my ability, relaxing song, and all of my allies in close range can clear a hit point. So if anybody has taken any damage, you can clear a hit point.
That's nice.
And she'd be, playing her song, and
Yeah.
it would be like, there's a long, long road a winding towards the ward that we glean, and the song of me is singing, and the insects are clean. And just like
Cute.
singing a little song and playing her little forearms, so that, because I know that Thistle took some damage, so I just wanted to help clear a hit point there.
Well, we are about to get an opportunity to do that as well, but now maybe Thistle can use their short rest to do something else. On direction from the Arcanist, your carriage pulls into a mysterious clearing in the shape of a perfect circle. The only area of the Sablewood you've seen without trees to block out the sky. And you see there is a moon starting to rise in the sky, so it's like early night, late evening. This is the open veil. The Arcanist tells you this is a place used for strong ritual magic. She doesn't know exactly what created it. Part of why she lives out here and not in a kingdom, like where to be like a mage for someone more important, is she's studying the veil and trying to figure out how it was created and where its power comes from. Because at first it's like, oh, like ley lines or something, but there aren't ley lines here. And then the perfect shape, it's like this wasn't a place that was created by some like magical but environmental disaster, because it's too unnatural and too man-made. So that's what she's out here doing, is studying the veil, but she knows it's a powerful source of magic. And she also used it to forge the ward pillars that are around Hush, that keep Hush safe. Everybody, if you would like, what she tells you about that ritual, can make an instinct roll for me, but you don't have to.
I love rolling dice.
Well, why not?
Why not? I like rolling the dice. Ooh.
Whoa.
Ooh. That's a 16 with fear.
Mm-hmm.
I got 20 with hope.
So you get a hope.
Yeah, I got a hope.
Yep.
That is 16 with fear.
Which makes sense.
Oh dear.
Okay.
That
And
is
Rosie?
a 16 with fear.
Hell yeah. That's why I said you don't have to if you're concerned about giving me fear. But all of you still catch as she talks about that last ritual. She gets the tone of her voice drops, and she gets a bit of a distant look in her eyes, and she kind of just like stops speaking for a bit, and her hands are clenched before she kind of snaps out of it and continues to talk more about the veil. So you get the sense that that ritual must have been very perilous, or something bad must have happened when she did that ritual. And part of why she now needs you to come with her. She can't just like go take the stone, charge it, and bring it back to you. Like, she feels that she needs protection while she does this.
Have we short rested, or are we short?
You're about to. So you're about to, because
Okay,
her
cool.
and
I
as
just wanted
as
to say I
she
missed it.
like shakes herself out of her reverie and her whatever dark memory she had gone to, her antennae start to perk up in a disconcerting way, and she goes, "All right, here's the place. Come help me. I'm old. Come help me with this. I don't want to use up all my magic levitating things." And she makes the carriage unfold again, just like your house, but she has you help her move the crate into the center of the veil. And as whoever helps her, her body starts to glow, like the firefly nature of it. So she does have like an abdomen like that sticks out and starts to glow, but also like there's a general soft glow around almost like her whole person, but it's centered there. Or not abdomen. Abdomen's your stomach. What's the word? She got a
Behind?
big she got a big glowing butt. Nicer word than that. But I know words.
It's just Ray from
Yeah. So she tells you, I will
Ray
need an hour of time to prepare and to draw the ritual circle. You all enjoy the night air while you can. We'll be very busy soon. So you have an hour while she does some ritual prep, and in this hour you can short rest. So you get to choose 2 of the following options, and you can choose the same one twice. You can do 1 of these things twice, or 2 of these things. So you can either tend to wounds and roll a d4 to clear hit points. You can either clear stress and roll a d4 to clear stress. You can repair armor to get your armor slots back, which doesn't have to be literally repairing like physical armor. It's just a way you describe, like you get to flavor it how you want. The last option is prepare. So you choose how you are either physically or mentally preparing for the ritual, and you would take a hope. And if more than one of you does it, you would get 2 hope. So you can either get hit points, stress, armor slots, or hope, and you get to pick 2, or do 1 of those twice. We'll start with I'll go in order. So Rosalie, what do you want to do of those 4 things?
Well, I definitely need to clear stress because I have like my stress checked off.
So describe how you blow off steam or pull yourself together. Describe how you mentally clear some of that stress.
Yeah, so Rosalie would probably, just after the day being on the carriage and then being kind of dirty and disheveled, she would kind of do a really big spin to get all the dust off.
Mm-hmm.
And as she spins, her wings kind of throw off like sparkly dust, because fairy. And she'd probably just, sit there playing some music, just softly to herself, and maybe just kind of lay back on Dak, because he's fuzzy and comfy, and
cute.
Just relax a little bit to just decompress and ready herself. So you said I had to roll a d4. What does that do?
So you get to clear that many stress. Like if you had more than 1 stress, you could clear more. So it's a 1d4 plus 1. So the minimum you would clear is 2 stress, but you could clear up to 5.
I just cleared all of them. So
there you go. And so that was 1.
I rolled a 4.
So that was 1 action. So what is your second one you'd like to do? Hit points, hope, or armor slots?
I probably the hope, because I don't have any armor
I figured.
slots
I figured you were fully roast. So if anyone else want to take the prepare action? Because if you do it together, then you each get 2 hope. Okay. So all 3 of you are going to do
choose
prepare.
who you want to. Oh, all 3 of us do it. Okay, cool.
Oh boy.
Oh, just
so my way of preparing would have been. Go ahead.
A reminder as well in this downtime. Again, I'm not trying to guide you away, but because you might have forgot you have it. You do have that letter. You have Rosalie is carrying an unopened letter from Marlowe. So that if you want to, in this hour, also any RP, or if you wanted to open it or read it, that is an option to you, but you do not have to. So how are the 3 of you preparing together to gain this hope?
Did I have the letter when we left?
Yes.
Or did Marlo sneak it into my bag?
Actually, I'll ask Marlo that. What do you think?
I think you've had the letter for a little while.
Oh, you've been carrying it for a while. Yeah. And you haven't had the nerve to open it.
I did send it to you, Laura.
Yeah, I saw. That's why I asked. I was
cool,
oh, yes,
cool.
This exists.
You know what? I think because she's feeling like Marlo is like really standoffish towards her and seems like she's really frustrated, I think Rosalie would probably kind of just off to the side pull out the letter and decide to open it now.
So maybe that is part of how you're preparing, is reading this letter, and therefore it involves, preparing with Marlo, but it still involves Marlo. So yeah, you'll gain 2 hope. Now, Ken, would you like to read the letter, as in like in Marlo's voice, or would you like me to read the letter?
I'll have you read it.
Okay. So you read this as you open it. My dearest Rosie, this message comes to you at a time when I am unsure of who I am or what I will be. I have taken this position for the king out of necessity. I fear that if I don't, my magic may dwindle. You see, not only for that importance, but also to support you through everything. Before this all happened, I wanted so badly to tell you the truth, but I was afraid you might convince me not to follow this path. What I've always wanted to tell you was that I believe I have fallen for you. I could not in good conscience take this opportunity and reveal my feelings for you. You have been my best friend for many years, but the idea of taking you from your home was too heavy for me to put on you. I have loved you for many years, and I want to spend forever with you. You mean so much to me, and I can't imagine life without you. With that said, this will be the last time you will hear from me. Due to the amount of need in the castle, I will not be able to care for you as you deserve. I hope you find someone who can give you their all and love you as you deserve. I'll never stop loving you, even if you end up finding someone else. I wish you nothing but the best in life, and everything I do in this lifetime will make me think of you. Lovingly, your Marley. Brian.
And I think Rosalie would probably, reading that, she would definitely be crying.
And what if I
most
weep?
likely sitting on Dak and kind of like burying her face into.
And Marlo, you thought she had read this letter already, so you see her opening it, and you're now like, oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit. So while you're preparing, so both of you gain 2 hope from this, but then how do you respond? Like, do you engage, do you react, or seeing her read this letter, or are you like, I will deal with that after?
I think Marlo would look over, obviously see that she's reading it, and like, not really like sob, but just like a few like gentle tears, and then like kind of like see how it's like affecting her, and you know, just let her like take that in and like give her time and let her like come to me, and then just kind of take time to just like meditate and like center myself while I'm getting ready.
So you now understand all this distance, all this coldness. Marlo is trying to push you away because Marlo doesn't think that she can give you what you deserve. And she's trying to keep you at an arm's length. So you've done your prepare and stress, or your prepare and clear stress. Marlo did prepare, and what is your second action you're gonna do?
I don't know. I would just probably still prepare because
You can do it again. Yeah, if you're missing nothing else. So you would gain 3 hope. We'll do 2 for the preparing joint, and then 1 for the secondary prepare. Okay, cool. Sedarian is preparing and gaining 2 hope. So what is your interaction with either one of them during this time to prepare?
So that my question is,
or third wheel,
and it kind of yeah, for sure. But unbeknownst to me, because my idea of preparing for Sedarian would be to like take a walk around the perimeter, get a lay of the land, Dak by my side. So would you have been reading this letter while like writing on Dak or something? Or okay, so that's how I'm preparing with. That's how it works.
Yeah, because you were giving her like a literal physical load off by getting to ride on Dak, and Dak's with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I think, like, Sed spends so much time with Rosie. Like, this is out of character for her to be openly weeping. Where, like, normally she's just, like, she's super chipper, super happy, always playing music or whatever. But, like, she's, like, clearly upset.
So you're also
Laura, Fancy Pants McGee.
Physically offering, offering emotional support by just being there and like knowing she's not alone.
Yeah, and I would definitely like give her a look, like judging whether or not this is a time I need to ask what's wrong, or if this is a just be present moment, while looking around and stuff. But I didn't want to assume, but I'll just give you a look, like. Yeah, all right.
I think you would probably also know that, like, Rosie's always been so confused as to why Marlo just, like, doesn't talk to her anymore. And more than likely because she had this letter in her possession, I think that Rosie would have been too scared to open it, but now being around Marlo for as long as we have been, she's confused. She needs to know what's wrong. She needs to understand because she has spent so much time not understanding. Like, Marlo has just pushed her away completely, and like, this was her best friend. This is why? Like, she doesn't get it. She doesn't understand why. So yeah, this would be something that, like, I don't know if I might have communicated to you that I had this letter.
I don't think I would have known, or I don't know.
But-
I feel like no. I feel like my entry would be like, what is going on? What is that? What
Yeah.
just
Also, the
happened?
idea that like Rosie's just like always got this letter on her person makes me want.
Like, how long have you had the letter on you?
Probably a few years.
Oh, my
Yeah, like I would have had it for a long time.
God
and,
damn,
speaking from like
damn.
personal experience, having like
I was thinking like a few
Having,
months in my head. Okay, we go in years.
yeah, like just from personal experience, like me having gone through a difficult period with my own a person I was very close with who I just don't talk to anymore.
The worst.
Yeah, just like having that confusion that like, are they thinking about me? I think about them all the time,
Yes.
and I just don't understand like what happened, or like it's one of those things that like it just completely perplexed her, and now there's a reason, and it's hit her like a ton of bricks. That if she just opened this letter sooner, maybe she would have
You could have talked about it and
wouldn't
used
have
your
been so
words.
confused for so long. Yeah.
Okay, so I think I would just been like, if you want to talk about it.
So I'm
we'll
gonna
talk
need
about it.
this to be a campaign so I can see this
Right?
romance play out.
I'm thinking
Sorry,
this whole
not a
time, I'm
one
like,
shot.
Well-
I love this dynamic.
Well, you know what?
Oh,
Just
no,
you wait.
literally.
Just you wait till the end. I may have surprises. Anyways, back to downtime. So,
ominous.
so that's your one prepare is offering comfort
Yeah,
and
so-
solace to Rosie. What's your second downtime
Yeah.
action?
Stress relief,
Okay.
and I would say when we get back to where we're kind of settled in.
If it's
I'm gonna
not
lean
playing with
back
your dog,
against-
I'm gonna riot for your form of stress relief.
Well, it's the dog goes there. I've been playing with my dog.
Oh,
the
Oh,
whole time.
actually, we're
We're
gonna
running
force
around.
you to have a fear. Thank you.
So I would say that, you know, once we get back and Dak's kind of done hopping around and doing his thing, that I'll settle back. I'm gonna lean back against the cart and take my hat, cover my face, and
Amazing.
do that.
Fanso, yeehaw.
All right, so you can roll a d4 and clear some stress. And Thistle, what
I
are
only
your
had
two?
one stress, so
That doesn't matter. Yep. Thistle, what are you doing for
Didn't
your
even
two
roll.
downtime actions?
Can I do my 2 downtime actions and drink a potion?
Sure. I mean, your potion. I don't decide when you want to drink it. You want to drink it now? You do it.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Well, I wasn't sure, like, you know, mechanically. How
There might
those
be a
things
rule
work,
against
or-
it. I have no idea. I don't
Did
know.
you take
so
your 1 hit point from me, Thistle?
Did I do what?
Did you take your 1 hit point from me?
I sure did.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
because I think Thistle
So I
wants
was gonna
armor
knock
slots
that out
and
with my
hope and
potion.
hit points is the problem. So using
Well,
the
so I'm
potion.
good on hope. I'm good on hope, but I do have 2 stress and 2 armor
Yeah.
thingies that I want to clear. So I would just want to make sure I could take my potion too, because even just taking the potion will clear that 1 HP.
out.
So that'll be my minor health potion gone, but that's fine.
Yeah,
'cause I
so
start
to
the
me-
fight with full HP.
I don't
If
see
that's
why
right,
not
you know?
because
We all
it's
know
your
this.
it's your
It's a
consumable.
one shot.
Yeah, it's your consumable non-renewable resource to use. So I don't see why not. Like, I say do it.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'll do that, and then for my stress relief and armor repair, first, is the environment here kind of like, is it marshy, foresty? Like, are there like puddles?
This is the clearest part
Um,
of the Sablewood you have seen in your entire time journeying through it. Again, there's a perfect, like, almost, there's no way it seems natural, yet it's not man-made, perfect circle clearing where there are no trees. The Arcanist is drawing, like, ritual circles, I think, like, supernatural level, like, angel rune shit in the middle around this package. And there's, like, a thick ring of trees in a perfect circle, and it's just, like, lush grass and moss inside this circle.
Okay.
And the moss has
wherever there's, like, a
bioluminescence, so it's also, there's moonlight, and there's also, like, a bioluminescent bluish glow from a lot of the moss, so it's this very soft, gentle, but very visible light all around, between the silver of the moon and the blue of the moss.
Is there any like snacky moss? Like lichen or something that I
Hey,
can
nom
just...
nom.
You could
I
make a
like it.
knowledge
I'm
roll.
lost.
You could make a or no, if for downtime, I'll say if you could find what are you using that to flavor? Is that your like you're de-stressing by
Just,
nomming on some moss?
Yeah, like maybe just chewing on something that tastes a little earthy to kind of ground myself a little bit.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
And then for my armor repair, that's the other thing I was gonna ask. What exactly did they damage me with earlier? Did they like whack me? Or
You know,
did
you were
they,
stabbed
like,
with daggers. But you were shoved away and took magic damage. So that was just like magical blood force. But then you also got like a stab wound that you did some very quick
Okay,
patchwork
so-
on the road, but you haven't done full proper bandaging or any stitches or anything
Right.
yet.
Yeah, so so I'll just be kind of like chewing on the snacky moss while I do some better stitching on my armor
Yeah,
to clear those slots.
cool.
Because I only had 2 of each, so rolling the d4, the
Yeah.
lowest I can roll is 2 because
Yeah.
of the +1. So
Yeah. Alrighty. And I also
I
gained...
don't know why, but I'm just picturing your long frog tongue like slipping out of your
Ew.
mouth, grabbing the moss.
Cool.
Lovely.
Sure.
Well, you didn't have to describe it.
Alright.
Just,
I
like,
also
I'm doing
gained a
stitches and
fear...
just every now and then my tongue shoots out and grabs some moss off the tree nearby.
For real. I gained 1 fear over downtime because I rolled a d4 and I rolled a 1. So I gained 1 fear. And with that, our downtime is complete. And
Now it's up time.
the ritual begins. The lines, as the Arcanist does the final marking in the ground, the final line, the circle that she has drawn begins to glow, and she lets out a shrill cry. The keystone has finally responded. Quickly, surround me. The ritual must begin or I'll lose the pathway. Hurry! And her body begins to glow even brighter and brighter as her eyes roll backwards into her head, and the entire carriage in the circle lifts a foot off the ground. A collection of unearthly screeches echo from the woods as nearby creatures are alerted to the arcane energy. You feel a rumble as 4 ancient skeletons emerge from the ground. Like, some of them, like, rise up almost like the ground moves for them. Some of them, like, Buffy style, just bony hand shoots out of the ground and they claw their way out. They emerge from the ground, rusted swords in hand, disturbed by the forces of magic being used by the Arcanist. In the distance, 2 forest wraiths float ominously towards you. And I have now started a countdown die for the ritual, and you have to protect the Arcanist until this countdown die hits 0. Because Daggerheart has fun countdown mechanics. And this is what...
Like that.
Again, this is perfectly clear. There are no trees. Big clearing. So the star in the middle is the Arcanist. You 4 are around her. Numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. The skeletons that popped up. Kind of like one in all cardinal direction vibe because of the magic. And then there's 1 forest wraith floating in over here. And 1 over here. The forest wraiths are far. The skeletons are in close range to start. And with that, I think... Does it say if I get... Because the other one, you spotted them attacking, so you got to start. I'm just wondering if I start this one, or if there's... It doesn't say. I'm gonna go ahead and say y'all can start with... No, I have so much fear. I gotta use it. I'm gonna go ahead and start. So...
I have to.
But what if I wanna?
guess.
If you want, whatever.
But what if I wanna, though? Hold up. Where is my skeleton stat block? It disappeared. There it is. Okay. There we go. Oh, I gotta put our battle music. It disappeared. I gotta put the battle music on. Because we fighting.
You're gonna have to like send me this playlist so I can like play it in my ears.
It's just
Yeah.
it's just on tabletop audio, and I can tell you what tracks I use. This one's called Terror in the Woods.
Ooh.
It's accurate. Look at that.
Spooky ghosts.
All right. We're gonna go ahead and say, so that's your fear action. Okay, I'm gonna start by spending a fear. 2 spotlights. If I pick you, we'll say that's 2. We're gonna spotlight Marlowe, or the skeletons near Marlowe. As Marlowe is the leader of the party and the one who has the most arcane energy kind of to her, aside from the Arcanist doing this ritual. So I get to choose a target, which is Marlowe, and spotlight all ancient skeletons in close range of you, which is 2 for now. Those creatures move into melee range of you and make one shared attack roll. So 2 of the skeletons move into Marlowe and begin to, I believe they're using rusty swords, slash at you.
Oh, you're gonna give me tetanus?
Yes, I am.
Right in front of my
Yes, I am.
Have the tetanus condition.
And now I have 2 of them right up close to you. In my super high-tech, super artistic battle map.
Very
and
lifelike.
Very
Best I've
lifelike,
ever seen.
you know? So they make one shared attack roll, but then if it hits, they all deal damage, which is 2 of them. So, that is an 11 to hit, which does, yes.
Lucky motherfucker.
So they each deal, so you take 8 points of physical damage, which would be major
2
damage,
HP.
2 HP.
Yup.
And that is my spotlight done. Over to you, players, who would like to act.
I think that Rosalie would act immediately as soon as those skeletons got in range of Marlowe.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna kind of dive forward and pull out her whip.
And look, I put you next to Marlowe.
And-
Look at that, because I knew.
You sure
I
did.
knew.
You sure
Basically,
did.
all of you are kind of next to 2 of
Oh.
your other party members. You're making like a small circle, backs to the Arcanists in the middle.
So I'm gonna pull out my whip and
Uh-huh.
try and, using the ability that comes with my whip. Well, I guess I'll see if I hit first. Let me do that.
Yeah. So you're going for one of the skeletons?
Yeah. I'm gonna. Well, as long as I hit.
Is the whip close range or melee? I'm assuming it's close. It's not melee.
I crit.
We got a crit. We got a crit.
Let's go.
So you
Double
gain
fives, double fives.
you gain a hope. You gain a hope for the crit.
Excellent.
You would clear a stress, but you just got rid of them all, so you're good for now. And now you'll deal. So
Yeah.
what damage does your whip do?
And I'm gonna mark a stress.
Ah.
I am marking. It's a 1d6 physical, but I'm gonna mark a stress.
Okay, so
to
you're gonna.
crack the whip and force all adversaries within melee range back to close range,
Okay, so you have to get
which
up
should
close
help
to her to do
Marlowe
this.
as a spellcaster.
Yes. Okay. So you are gonna roll the d6, and we're adding a flat 6 on top of it because you crit. So it's a d6 plus 3 plus 6. So d6 plus 9, really.
Oh wow. Okay. So, what's 4 plus 9?
13.
So that'll be 13. And it knocks them back into close range.
Okay, 13. So you go to knock them back into close range, and they crumble. The bones crumble into dust in front of you. So they seem not very durable. But you immediately go and slash, like the whip almost like cuts through them, almost like they weren't made of bone, and they crumble.
I got you, Marley. Don't worry.
I'm just gonna look at you and give you a little smile.
I will.
You didn't correct me this time.
Exactly. And because it's a crit, you guys still have the spotlight. Because no fear, no roll with fear.
Seeing how easily they went down, I think I almost called myself Marlowe. Hello. I think Pistol is gonna turn to the next closest skelly and lash out with her tongue again.
They're gonna lick a skeleton.
I just have to be in close range to do that.
You have to be in close range. You can make that happen. So I mean, you're already in. They started in close range, so you good.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
I could just kind of hit.
Yeah,
So
they are
whoever would be
close, and the
closest
forest wraiths
to
are far.
where I am, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's what is math? That is finesse, so that's +2, and that's that's a 20 with hope.
Let's go.
Hell yeah, that absolutely
Yeah.
hits.
Hell yeah, let's
And
go.
for the damage, Only 4 damage.
Still a hit point. So this one doesn't immediately crumble like the others did, but you're using your tongue.
Yeah.
You go and your tongue shoots out, you go like it, and your tongue ends up like swiping a few of his ribs out of his rib cage and knocking them away. So now this one skeleton's kind of like lopsided as it like ambles towards you.
So, the beginning of Long Tongue says I can use my Long Tongue to grab onto things within close range.
Okay.
Can I, like, get a rib back?
Yeah, sure. So when you did that, you hit it and you grabbed one, and when you yanked the rib out, it dislodged like 2 others because you took one kind of from like the middle of the rib cage. So you now you're holding on to a rib bone of someone. Who knows who?
I like to imagine it hanging out of your mouth like a toothpick.
Just for, this turn,
Yep.
All right.
Spotlight is still
and I
on
had to mark
you.
a stress to
You
do
did,
that,
yeah.
yeah.
Sidarian, you looked like you had also an idea, a plan.
I do have. I feel like this class was made for this situation right now.
Yep.
So, bow in hand, I'm gonna draw and let me. Have any of the skeletons gone down?
Yeah,
Two
two of them are
Two of
gone,
them are
crumbled
down.
into dust. Here's right now you have one
Big and
directly
one
small.
one
Yeah.
directly in
Very
front of
one.
you.
There's one still directly in front of me. Okay.
Yeah. You have one straight ahead
I'm
and
gonna-
one like you have one 12 o'clock and one 9 o'clock in close range.
She's a gamer.
Okay. Do I have to declare my experience before I roll?
You have to declare it before I tell you the outcome of a roll. So you can roll and then add to it if you're feeling like that roll was weak. But if I've said like, oh, that misses or oh, that doesn't succeed, you can't then use the experience.
I mean, I'm gonna use it because my intention. If this attack succeeds, I have a thing that will.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. That's 17, 18. Does an 18
Oh, absolutely.
with
Absolutely.
hope?
God damn it all.
I
Yes,
can't
it
gain
is.
hope. I'm maxed out on hope.
So give me some
So I
fear.
will not. I kind of want to use the experience anyway, even though
Okay.
it doesn't matter,
For flavor.
because it's my experience is called "Hey, y'all, check this out,"
Hell yeah.
and I'm gonna use my unique Ranger Hope feature called "Hold Them Off,"
Ooh.
where I'm gonna spend 3 hope when I succeed on an attack with a weapon to use that same roll against 2 additional adversaries within range of the attack.
So you're getting both skeletons.
I'm getting 3 total to both skeletons and one of the wraiths because it's in far. You said,
It is.
and my bow is far range.
It is, and you can
So I
get
can-
this wraith. They're
Yep,
they're in a
perfect.
line.
So I'm just gonna like Hawkeye, just pow, 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 fuck my headset off.
Gamed too hard.
My mind went to a
Headset gone.
completely
I'm very
different
excited.
Hawkeye.
Very excited. Y'all check this out.
Pew pew pew. In my
Alright,
head
so
canon,
I'm
you
doing-
say, "Hey, y'all, check this out" before you do it, because you're so confident.
I do, yeah,
like you
but I'm-
shout it out loud.
I can see
Rosalie
it.
from the back, just like, yes, you did it.
And then I'll
Pistol
do.
is impressed.
Also impressed. We'll be
do
taking
6
you out
plus
for a beer
3.
later.
That's 8 damage to each of them. All 3
Okay,
of them.
so that's Skelly 2 and 3. So both those skeletons, goners, crumble to dust.
I like to think I hit them right in
Hell
the
yeah.
face, and their skulls just.
Yep.
Just-
Goners. And the Wraith, 8 damage. That is a major. These 2 hit points. It's physical damage, you said, right?
Yeah, it's just a bow and arrow.
Okay,
it's-
so the arrow does kind of whiz through them, like they are spectral, they are ghosts, but it has some resistance. It's like flying through jello. So you feel like it still affects them, but it's not gonna do the damage it would to a corporeal opponent.
That's fair. I figured.
Because resistance, the damage, it gets rounded down to 4, which marks it down in damage. But you
Cool.
still did damage.
Is it still major? Just
It did,
curiosity, is it still major at 4 or is it minor?
no, it's minor.
Okay.
It did not like that, and all 3, I'm gonna spend a
Sure.
fear to take the spotlight. And that wraith in particular
Rude.
is Engi, and I'm gonna then spend. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to spend. No, okay, I'm gonna do his regular action, which doesn't involve a fear, and it's going to.
Yeah.
make an attack roll against a close target because it's gonna move in to range with you because it's mad now. Close
Rude.
is like here,
Sick.
so it's close now. It's not up in your face, but it's like right in front of you.
Sick.
And it is going to do its memory delve, and it reaches out, and its arm seems unnaturally long, and it places its hand on your cheek, and you feel the coldest touch you've probably ever felt in your life. I still have to make an attack roll to see if he can enter your mind. Where did my D20 go? There it is. I was playing with my dice, and I put them in the wrong place. Okay. That's not good. That's a 10.
Is it against my evasion?
Yes.
Yeah, my evasion's 12, so...
So he reaches
Okay,
out and
here.
touches you, and you feel the chill, but before it can really affect you and, like, grab hold of your mind, you, like, get out of the grasp. And then I'm going to spend my last fear to do the environment action, Vengeance of the Veil, and summon 2 more skeletons. And they summon within close range, very close range of a PC. They are going to appear with Rosalie, because you just fucked up 2 again. So there's now
hell no.
There's now 2 skeletons up near Rosalie, and also by just Marlo. Alright, that is spotlight back to y'all. Marlo, have a thing? Have an idea?
Well, yes, I do.
Let's
I'm
hear it.
gonna do manipulate magic,
Yep.
which includes my instinct as
Well,
well,
okay.
and I mark a stress. I dropped my dice. Well, take 2.
You're supposed to. I'm just kidding.
So what? Wait,
Oh, that
sorry.
one was
What?
doing a dance.
What are you doing? I was updating my map.
I am doing my primal origin for manipulate magic.
Okay.
So I rolled an 18.
Ooh. Okay. Are you attacking with your because it's the primal
my
origin? It's
spellcast.
after you cast a spell or make an attack, you can then do the thing. So
Okay, cool.
are you attacking with your staff?
So
And-
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you rolled 18. Are you attacking a skeleton that absolutely hits? So now you can do the primal origin and mark a stress and pick one of those 4 features.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hit the other skeleton, which is in range.
Oh, to hit an additional target. So you're gonna hit both of them. Okay. Roll your damage.
Come on.
Just 1d6 plus 3.
I keep throwing them around. It is 8.
8. All right. So you bop those other 2 skeletons right out of existence. They just crumble as you unleash your primal magic that you were born with. So you hold up your staff and hold it up straight in the air, and twin bolts fly out of it at these skeletons right in the skulls, and they just disintegrate from the magic damage. Alrighty.
Don't worry, Rosie. I got you back.
Was that with hope or with fear that you rolled your 18?
It's the same. Those 2 8s.
Oh, it was a crit.
Oh, that's a crit.
That's a crit. So then you would
shit.
deal an extra 6 points of damage, so it actually would have been 14 points of damage that you dealt, and you gain a hope. And you can clear stress, but that clear
Hell
stress
yeah.
would have been before you
Oh
marked
my
the
gosh,
stress. So you still have the 1 stress marked because the clearing would have happened before you then used your thing.
Yeah.
But
Cool.
fun times. All right. I'm gonna spend a fear again to take the spotlight back because now the skellies are gone. There's just these wraiths, and the wraith that had moved in close, it tried to grasp Sidarian. It did not seem to be working, and now saw Marlo again. They're drawn to magic. That's why they're here. The Arcanist is doing this ritual. The magic is what drew them. That magic attack from Marlo has drawn its ire, and I'm going to spend another fear to use its pass-through action And it's gonna,
Oh, no.
like, it looks like it's flying at you as if it wants to collide with you. It's gonna, like, it's trying to fly into or through your body. That is an 11. Which does hit.
suck.
So it passes, so you all see this wraith pass through Marlowe's body, and you almost see, like, this reverb, this echo, this spectral echo of almost like a piece of Marlowe flies out with it. And at the moment, you have a unique condition called untethered, and your soul and your body are not connected for the moment. You can no longer take actions until my countdown timer ticks down at least one more time, clearing the condition. And spotlight goes back to y'all. So you all see, like, Marlowe's soul is kind of, like, floating, like, levitating above her body, and her body just seems to be frozen in place.
And a wraith caused this?
The wraith caused this. And the wraith is now, it was here. It was right here. It zoomed through Marlowe, and it's now here. And the other wraith down here.
Okay. Can I get within melee? I forget what's closer, melee or very close. but can I
Melee,
get within
melee's the
melee?
closest.
Melee.
Yeah. And yes, you can.
Okay. I'm gonna attack with my small dagger. That is a... Wait for it. 21 with fear.
Nice. Okay. But 21 hits. Absolutely.
I did 1 whole damage.
Hey, but see, that's still 1 hit point, which is still
That's a hit point.
a decent amount. Like, that's what I
Damage is
love about
damage.
Daggerheart. Damage is damage.
Yeah.
All right, that's another hit
I
point.
like that about Daggerheart.
And he seems pretty, like, serious, right?
What, the wraith?
He's not just like joking around,
Like,
right?
like he's
He's doing a
a
bit.
bit beefy, definitely beefier than the skeletons.
Oh, yeah. Well, also, you have a problem if they're resistant to
Um,
physical damage. Like, that you've seen all these physical attacks. It's like the arrow whizzed through it, like going through jello.
Right.
When you said you just stabbed it right now? With, like, a dagger or something?
Yeah.
So, again, it felt like it went in. Like, it met resistance, but it didn't feel like it met, flesh or a body. It felt like stabbing into really, really thick jello or, like, sludge.
Oh, are any of my allies within
Yes.
melee or close range or
Yes.
anything?
Yes. So you get sneak
Okay.
attack.
Then, yeah. Okay, that was a 6, so 7 total
Okay.
for that.
Okay, still,
Um,
it still is rounded down in half because it's resistant to physical damage.
Right. Can I spend a hope spend hope in the same turn for a thing?
What thing?
Rogue's dodge. It would give me a +2 bonus to my evasion until the next time an attack succeeded against me.
I think so.
Or
I could be
until my
wrong.
next
I don't know.
turn.
I'll learn later. But for now, sure.
Okay, so that's 3 of my hope on.
Like I said, I've
But-
only played like 3 other Daggerheart sessions before this, and then we don't have a rogue in that other campaign, so I haven't looked up, like, familiarized myself with specifics.
I
Just
figure
bash it.
spending 3 hope is the thing that it costs, but the action economy is so different in this game. I just
Yeah, because
don't
there
know.
isn't really action
But,
economy. There's
okay.
just a spotlight, right? So we'll say as part of your thing, you did it. Okay, but you rolled with fear, so
Yeah.
now it's back to me.
Yeah.
I am going to have the other wraith. So the other wraith is going to move closer, but it's moving. This one's going right for the Arcanist because there's still, now that no one's using any other immediate magical attacks, there's still this big magic going in. It can't get all the way there because it was far away, but it gets like here. And it's going, it seems like it is going for the Whitefire Arcanist. And then I will spend a fear to summon 2 more skeletons. And that's my spotlight. And the skeletons appear in front of Sedarian.
Am I alive now?
Nope. I'll tell you when you are. My countdown timer has to tick down. You do not know what the trigger of the countdown timer is. I'll tell you, it started at 8, and you're currently at 2.
Oh no.
No, countdown is good. This is a good countdown.
Good. That's good.
There are
That's progression.
Yeah,
for the
progression,
ritual,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, because there's progression countdowns, then there's like another kind, just like danger countdown has a different name. But yeah, this is the good kind of countdown where you want it to get to 0. It's not like
It's
a bad thing
giving,
happened to 0.
like,
It's encounter ends when you hit 0.
There's
Like
a
that
certain
fight
mission in Baldur's Gate that's
3.
like this.
Yes.
Mhm.
I noticed that. Which one you're
That's
thinking
one of the first things you do, yeah.
Yeah. What a bunch of
Okay.
nerds.
We're playing Daggerheart.
We are
what
nothing
you
if not
expect?
nerds.
True. It's basically the same thing.
Okay, so Rosalie seeing that
Marlowe's frozen and her
Marley's-
soul is hovering above her body.
I'm
Save your girlfriend.
gonna make a scene.
Now's your
I'm
chance.
gonna spend 3 hope to make a scene.
Oh, I love it. Bard feature.
And yeah, so you can see that Rosalie is like, she gets really like, she's really upset. She's very frustrated. She's like, Marley, no, what is happening? Marley, wake up, Marley. And she's just like, she's so distracting because she's freaking out. And so the wraith that is closest to the two of us is going to take a -2 to their difficulty, which should make it easier for Thistle to.
Okay, the one creature closest to you said?
Thank you.
Yeah, the wraith that like through Marley.
As I was typing a reminder in chat, you can give a player's hope or me fear with a donation. We've had a $10 donation from James. You want to give? Who are you giving the hope? You have to choose a player, so you can give any one of them hope. Take your pick.
Better give it to my girlfriend.
All right, so you make a scene. Give it to Thistle. Thistle, you have a hope.
Ooh.
Thanks.
All right. So that wraith now has a -2. You said to its difficulty.
Yeah, it says temporarily distract a target within close range, giving them a -2 penalty to their difficulty.
To difficulty, cool. So that wraith just became easier to hit. Sedarian or Thistle, what would you like to do as Marlowe is untethered at the moment?
I'm gonna keep going after this wraith dude. I'm gonna go with my rapier first.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a 9. Nope, wait, hold on. What's math? 9, 10, 11. Do I have anything I can add? Ooh, can I use my pick on someone your own size?
Yeah, if you want to spend a hope to use that
Um,
experience, absolutely. You can spend the
yeah,
hope you
I'm
just
gonna-
got from James via donation.
I'm gonna, let's see. Does he, I mean, obviously he's bigger than me. Does he have any sort of, like, eyes? It looks like?
Yes, there are like blue glowing, almost like the blue of the bioluminescence that's around you, but this blue, whereas that is almost like a soft, comforting glow, this is like a chilling, icy glow of blue eyes, almost like blue flame.
I'm
I
gonna,
don't like where this is going.
like, flavor-wise, I'm gonna spit the rib bone and, like, any moss that might still be in my mouth into his face, hoping to, like, blind him slightly
True.
as I swing at him with my rapier. So that's, what is math? 9
I thought you wanted me to look
plus
up improvised
4.
weapon shit and like use the rib bone as the weapon,
No,
but no, the rapier works.
that's 13 to hit.
That hits because there's the -2 right now to
Okay.
it because of the
Oh,
make a scene
awesome.
from
Yeah, but
Rosie.
you all have a rally die.
And you also, all of you have rally dies you have not used. You have a d6 floating around.
Oh, that's right.
I used mine.
And then,
Oh,
do I still have
Oh,
sneak
good.
attack on him?
Yeah, because Marlowe, even though Marlowe's untethered, Rosie's also right there, so there is like an ally in the immediate vicinity.
So that's 11 damage to him then.
All right, rounded down because it's physical damage still, the
And-
rapier, right?
Yes.
Yep.
And can I mark a stress in the same turn?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna mark a stress to do another attack. I'll use my small dagger this time, just my
Go
offhand.
for it. Follow up rapier slash. Follow up with the.
And
So
a rib in the
that's
eye.
an 11. Oh, and that first roll was with fear, by the way, and then
So
this
it's
one
me
is
afterward.
with hope.
Yay.
This one is with hope.
Well, in that case, are you allowed to do
and
the second one? Because you rolled with fear, it immediately, I think, gives return to
Oh,
me.
I don't know.
So I don't think you're allowed to do that, even if you mark a stress. You never. So scratch that. Nope, it's mine. You can no do. Not for you.
I'll get you next time.
Next time. I am instead going to again do the spend of fear to do the group attack with the skeletons on Sidarian. Because I get to pick a target and all skeletons that are in range to attack you. And you got 2 of them that were resummoned on your person. So, hiya. I rolled like ass. That is a 4 to hit.
Just missed.
Just almost so close. Okay. Okay.
Whoa, whoa.
Okay, then that's nope. Back to y'all. I don't want to. I only have one more thing I can do, spend a fear, but I don't think I want to do it right now. So, back to y'all.
Trying to make a decision here. How can I see the field again?
Yes.
What we're dealing with?
So you have
Got 2 skeletons.
7 and 8
in
are
front
2
of me.
skeletons, and then there's the one wraith kind of amidst Marlowe, Rosalie, and Thistle, and then the other wraith heading. Actually, that's going right for the Arcanist. I'm gonna, before I pass the spotlight back over, I am spending 1 more fear to move that wraith in melee with the Arcanist, the second one, and
Sweet.
it takes a swing at her, and you hear her cry out in pain, but she does not move a muscle. Like, she maintains her focus, but you hear that it has hit her. And your countdown goes up to 3 as the Arcanist took damage.
Got it. Okay.
Up? Oh no.
That makes sense.
Yeah, up. It needs to go down
That-
for Marlowe to be freed. So you need to.
Come on, guys!
Well, I mean, I'm gonna do the same thing again.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll check this out,
Hey, I'll check this out.
and I'm gonna make this attack. Whoop. That's a crit. That's 2 6s.
Hell yeah! So gain a hope, clear a stress.
Sick. All right, so y'all check this out.
I'll check this out.
I succeeded on the attack, so I'm gonna spend 3 of my 4 hope
Hell yeah.
to do the same thing again. Hold them off.
Yep.
The 2 skeletons and the more injured wraith.
Yep.
Are my 3 targets.
Yep.
D6 plus 3. So 6 total damage to each of them.
Plus the crit. So is it an additional 6? Because the crit, like, max damage and then
that's-
roll?
Oh, I didn't do the max. Okay, so max damage at it's 1d6 plus 3. So,
So-
6
so-
plus 6.
Yeah, 6
12.
plus the roll plus 3. So 12?
Yep.
Nice.
So
Okay.
12 total physical damage.
Okay, you immediately boof out those 2 skeletons again in front of you. The wraith takes 1. Marlowe, you see as those 2 skeletons crumble, Marlowe's soul floats back down to her body. So Marlowe, you can take actions again.
God bless America.
Gotcha. And it did damage to that wraith too, right?
Yeah, it did damage to the wraith as well.
So the one that was -2. Okay.
Yeah. So the one wraith is starting to look like he's flickering, like his glow has dimmed significantly, and he's flickering in and out of existence.
Sick.
Ooh. Any minders if I go?
Nah, go. You've been
Well, you-
reunited with your body. How do you respond?
You're staring Rosalie in the face, who's like,
He's like holding on to you, like, wake up, wake up!
Let's go.
it's like a tiny little.
Okay,
tiny little
so I'm gonna go for the wraith that just hit the Arcanist.
Yep.
And I'm gonna use magic. So I rolled a 16
Hits.
with hope.
Hits, gain a hope.
And then I'm gonna use Rain of Blades, which is one of my spells,
Ooh,
which
fun.
I use to spend a hope. Oh, this is in very close range, by the way. Can I?
Yeah, you're very
I'm
close.
pretty close to it,
You're
right?
you're very close.
Okay,
You're
cool.
fine.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So
that first
so
roll
I
was your
do-
spellcast roll, which is seen as you've now conjured throwing blades that strike out. So D8 plus 2 magic damage. And you're rolling 1d8. Your proficiency right now is 1. Your proficiency will go up as you level up.
Okay.
At level 1, your proficiency is 1. So you're rolling 1d8 plus 2. But as a sorcerer, as you would level up, you might roll more than 1d8 with this spell.
Okay. D8 plus 2 is 8.
And that's magic damage, so this is not rounded down, because it is not resistant to magic damage. So that's enough to be major. So as you do that, so you see these spectral knives, Marlo just, and like blades spawn from her, and they just pepper, where all your other weapons passed through, because these are magic, these stick into it, like they would a flesh body. And you see it lets out this absolutely ear-piercing shriek that you all for a minute have to like crouch to the ground and cover your ears for fear that, for all you know, like blood would pour out your ears and your eardrums would burst. But as that wraith dissipates from the spectral image, the other wraith flees into the forest, and you hear the Arcanist go, "We've done it!" And as you deliver a powerful blow to the wraith and they flee, the ritual ends. You see the ley lines, or the arcane like circle and the lines she had drawn cease to glow, and the carriage that was levitating in the air comes falling to the ground as the keystone vibrates with arcane energy. Let me just change our music off of the battle music, because you have done it. You have survived. All at once, a soundless explosion erupts from the Whitefire Arcanist, like basically just this force of energy. There's no sound to it, but you feel this dissipating any last enemies that might remain. So the wraiths were fleeing, but as that spell of arcane energy comes out, the one remaining wraith just also fades out. The clearing is quiet once again, and you have a newly charged keystone. Back inside the treehouse, not but an hour later, the keystone sits suspended carefully above a rumbling fire in the hearth. The Arcanist, who looks even older now than she did before, sits cross-legged in an overstuffed chair. There is an exhaustion in her voice as she speaks. "You fought hard. I'm not surprised, of course. The king keeps good company. I'm very glad you were there." And this is as you rest in front of the fire, you're all drinking some tea she made you, which will help ward off, like, there's a bit of a lingering arcane chill in your bodies from dealing with the wraiths, and she's given you, like, a half-herbal, half-arcane remedy. Is there anything you'd like to say to her or to your party members before you rest for the evening, and then the next day journey back to the kingdom?
I think Rosalie would probably go over to Marlo and just check on her and be like,
Are you okay, Marley? I was really scared.
Marlo's mug of tea
You
is the
look so
biggest, because Marlo needs the most of this arcane healing from being untethered for that brief period of time.
I also imagine Marlo with like a blanket over them.
Yep.
Extra chilly.
Extra chilly.
I'm doing about as good as you can as your soul leaves your body. But thank you. Appreciate it.
Can we talk?
Sure. What did you want to talk about?
I didn't read your letter. Until today.
I know.
Why push me away?
Because I was gonna hurt you if I didn't.
Oh, how could caring about somebody push me? You're my best friend. You hurt me. I thought I did something to hurt you, but I couldn't understand. I didn't know. I thought on everything we'd been through, everything we'd gone through, and you were so excited to learn and get better at your magic, and I was so proud of you, and then you just talking to me? We're friends. You're supposed to talk to me.
I don't know how I should talk to my best friend when I don't want to just be friends. I don't know how to have that conversation, and I don't know how to do it without hurting you. Especially when every inch of my life has been consumed by the king and the castle and magic and everything. You deserve someone that'll be there 24/7 at every weakness and strength and every milestone, and I just knew I couldn't do that. And I can't do that to you because you deserve love and you deserve happiness, and that's just not something that I could have given you.
That's not a decision that you get to make on your own. You didn't even ask me.
I couldn't
You
ask
just made
you.
a decision for me. What if I had said, so what? You don't know because you never asked.
Because I didn't want to know what your answer would be. Because I didn't think that there was any way that it could be reciprocated.
You still should have told me. You didn't have to tell me how you felt if you didn't want to, but... You still... You could have talked to me. I would have listened. I don't know how I feel, but I was real sad when you left. And when you stopped talking to me, and... You know, I've done a lot of healing with Zed and with Dak. They've taken really good care of me and promised to protect me. But you promised to protect me too.
And that's why I couldn't protect you anymore. And I knew that you would find somebody that would be able to do that, but it just couldn't be me.
Doesn't mean that you stopped being my friend. It means you talked to me. We always talked about everything. I trust you.
I can't talk about how much I wanted to be with you when we were just supposed to be friends. I couldn't do that. That is something that was like physically impossible for me. Because what the best thing that's gonna happen is you're gonna say same, and the worst thing that's gonna happen is you're gonna tell me no. And how would I be friends with someone that just can't understand how I feel?
Because
the hardest thing for me was the idea of being heartbroken and losing you over that way. So it was just better for me to leave. That's all I can say. I'm gonna just get closer to the fire.
Yeah, as
Crystal just takes a huge wig of tea.
yeah, as that conversation kind of comes to an awkward pause, the Arcanist goes, I hate to interrupt, but I know you think you're probably gonna be heading out tomorrow, but the Keystone will need a week, maybe more, to allow the magic to settle. I'll need to watch it carefully to ensure nothing cracks or becomes sentient or anything of the like, as happens sometimes. You know how it is. Well, you know, points to Marlowe. And in the meantime, after you rest and gather yourselves, have a nice hot meal and warm bath, I have one more thing to ask of you. We pull out of the Arcanist's home, out of the forest itself, and the camera pans to view the verdant expanse from above and see twisting stone spires breaking through the tree line, each with a flame flickering within the tower like a beacon. She continues. Cut back to you guys. There's a spire just west of here, maybe a few hours' walk. I felt it on the way to the ritual. Its power was strange. The light felt weaker than it should be. I think something might be terribly wrong with the Spire Keeper, and I fear what will happen if its fire is extinguished altogether. When you're ready, come back and I'll give you my map so you can make it there safely. You do have a week after all and some time to kill, and it is rather good to have heroes in the Sablewood again. And that is where our adventure ends today. but there has been a little tiny little
But-
tidbit of a hook there at the end. So who knows? Maybe we'll see our heroes gather together again and go rescue a Spire Keeper. Maybe. I don't know. Who's to say?
For the record, Thistle's writing up a report to send back to her contact in the King's Court.
Oh, 100%. 100%. That.
And we will.
mention the
Oh,
drama, or
we
just
would- Yeah.
Well, I kind of
Dude,
like that
I
it didn't
love
get
him.
resolved because now if we
Look,
do
she's
play,
lesbian in here.
I'll say if we follow this thread
Well, you
about the
know.
Spire Keeper, now y'all have to deal with that because you didn't just immediately resolve it right now, which I love.
You
Let it
know what's
sit for a minute.
crazy? It looks like next Sunday I have nothing to do.
I think I'm off on
I
weekends.
would
I
say
don't
the
know.
same, but it's actually my birthday.
Yeah,
It's also Mother's Day. I forgot.
it is.
about
It is
that.
Mother's Day next
Oh yeah,
Sunday.
Mother's Day.
Um,
I mean,
yes,
I would
I'm a
not say no to D&D on my birthday, or Daggerheart on my birthday.
I
That'd be
will.
really fun,
I'll
so-
I'll
agree.
talk to y'all about.
Talk
although,
about it later.
well, also because I need time
Okay.
because this was an adventure made by many people from the Darrington Press team, like the lead designer Spencer Stark, additional designers Rowan Hall and Mike Underwood. I did not write this adventure, so I'm gonna have to write something if we do the Spire Keeper. Like, I'm gonna have to figure some shit out. So I would need time to do that, but it's an option. I would.
Okay, did we level up?
Well, maybe we'll see. I would love to put part of it to make it like add an incentive maybe, but then I also feel bad because then if I do all that work and it doesn't happen, like we don't hit the goal, then I wrote a one shot for nothing, you know. So I don't think I'll do that.
$1 chat.
Yeah, here well,
Dollar
Don't-
Tree.
if a single donation comes in while we're doing our outros, then we'll do maybe because this has started our St. Jude Play Live month, and maybe I'll do one to end St. Jude Play Live. We'll bookend this campaign with Daggerheart on either side. Maybe that's the vibe.
Will they kiss? Who knows?
Will they kiss or will they not?
Yeah,
You'll have to
they-
find out.
We still have a will they, won't they?
Because we have not established what Rosie's
Just calling me
orientation
her
is.
friend the whole time.
Yeah.
She was.
But you
She
don't
wouldn't. She said you should have talked to me about it, but she didn't
Well,
reciprocate
she didn't know
immediately.
until today.
So you needed time to
Okay.
process.
Well, I have gay panic.
On that note, when I started laughing, I muted myself. The other I heard muffled in the distance. My husband was just yell "gay" from downstairs. So that's when you saw me like have to mute myself and just like cover. That's why I just burst out laughing. It wasn't because your RP was not like wonderful and serious. It's just that I was losing my shit. So
I'd like to think that while y'all are talking, I'm like in Rosalie's eye like going.
yeah, you're just like you got it. So hopefully at the end of the month, I'll post details when we know. I could talk to these guys about scheduling. I need to fucking write a one shot while also running a campaign that I'm running that Storm is playing in. But you know, it's fine. I'll figure it out. I also go back to school at the end of this month. I'm doing a bit of a career pivot and trying to become a book editor. So that's also a thing that's going to happen. It's a lot. But who are we if not multitaskers? So thank you so much if you joined us here today. If you were lurking, hanging, watching during our one-shot, appreciate you. If you're watching this later on YouTube, because I'm going to post it to YouTube, thanks for watching. If you're watching this in the month of May 2026 on YouTube, we have our St. Jude campaign running for the entire month. Like I said, I have lots of different incentives and goals. The overall goal for $500, if we hit it, I have to play World of Warcraft hardcore mode until I die. Which I might make it like 2 levels. I might make it 10. I might make it 20. Who the fuck knows? We'll find
Your
out.
character dies, or
Oh shit! Yeah, no. To my character dies. This is a good correction there. It's a good catch. No, I just become a basement troll and a no life, and now all I do is WoW. All donations. There's a poll on the campaign. You can influence what race the character will be if we hit that. There's lots of other smaller sub goals before then. We hit one of them today because at $50 raised, which we have now hit / passed, I'm going to be doing a giveaway for a $50 gift card to Cosmic Candles. Keep an eye on my socials for that giveaway. And before we wrap up, I'll let everybody remind you again who they are, where you can find them, any projects they want to plug. And if you liked some of our playstyle, I also have a full, it's not Daggerheart, it's D&D 5e, but we have a whole complete, finished, no need to worry about cliffhangers, D&D campaign on YouTube. my Call of Another Deep campaign with 2 of these players in it. And now we got to do the one-shot, a $10 donation that just said, bring them back. So y'all are coming back. It's happening.
It's crazy.
It's
Who would do
Who
that?
could do it?
By the powers that be, I have no say. We'll go in reverse order of how we did the intros. So start with Than, who has been our ranger, who has been playing Sidarian for us today.
Hi, I'm Than. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Than Rand. I retired from streaming for years, but recently have come back to it. So if you want to hang out while I've been playing Diablo lately, since the new expansion came out, you could totally do that if you want. Twitch.tv/ThanRand.
Hell yeah. Briar, tell the people where they can find you. Briar,
Yes,
who has been
me.
playing Thistle today.
Yes, the frog. She's so cute. I just want the record to show that Thistle looks like almost like a Fabergé egg, like with like kind of goldy, sort of stripy detail that kind of makes her look mosaic-y, or like I said, Fabergé eggy. So that's fun. But anyway, I have a very clear picture of her in my head. But I am everywhere at Briar by Heart. The way that it's spelled, if you see my name in chat, no E in heart. And yeah, my streaming is, to say my streaming is inconsistent is the understatement of a century, because I have a little bebe. So it's hard to stream around his activity and husband's sleep schedule and all of that. So
Even today, he did his damnedest
despite
to interrupt by injuring himself. He was like,
Yeah.
Mom, he did a,
Yeah.
hey, watch this, but not in a good way.
yeah.
Hey, y'all check this
Hey,
out.
y'all check this out.
So yeah, so it's hard for me to stream, but you know, eventually I still want to participate in side quest things, so I will probably have a stream sometime this month in the dead of night to at least participate in our Play Live campaign, and then same thing for December for Hope Miss. But yeah, that's it.
Wonderful. And Ken, who was playing Marlowe, our sorcerer today.
I am a pal Ken Dream, literally everywhere. So you can follow me anywhere. I will be streaming for St. Jude all month long. And then I'll be back to play Marlowe, I guess.
Yes. No, the minute y'all read that letter, my first thought, and then I was like, no, I will not do it. I was like, tragic death, one of them dies, kill one of them. Then I was like, no, we will not play into the kill your gays trope that all television
Almost.
does. We're not doing it. No killing of our gays here. And last but not least, our special guest, because all the rest of us who have reminded you who we are so far are members of Team SideQuest, a charity-driven stream team on Twitch. And then our special guest today, who is not part of Team SideQuest, was Storm, who was playing Rosalie.
If you're interested, you can check out my my Instagram. Will be going live with I make custom hand painted press-on nails, and you can find that at Storm Nail Artistry on Instagram. That'll be going live this month. So
I wish I
keep
could say
an eye
these
out
were
and-
hers, but they're not. But in the future,
Yeah.
maybe my nails might be.
Did you know that I'm a nail tech as well?
What? I know my nail tech. I didn't know that.
You have now
I know,
learned.
so- Play.
All right, there you go. That is our adventure today of the Sablewood Messengers, and thank you for joining us. I should find someone to raid. I know. I think there's at least one side quest live right now. Goodbye
There's
music.
always at least one.
I know, right? The beauty of our team and the multiple time zones.
It's great.
We're gonna go. Oh, is he still alive? Hold up. No, stop showing me recommended channels. I want to see all the people I follow. God dang it. God dang it. We're gonna raid.
There's a few.
Hmm?
I was saying there's a few.
I'm
Zenny's
torn because I was
live.
like, Zenny's live. That's what I was going to, because I know Zenny's also been having a really hard time lately because Zenny had some people pass away that were close to him, and his cat escaped, and he's still currently trying to help find his cat. So he's been having a hard time. But then I don't know if he's doing St. Jude. So I was like, should we pick someone who is risen money for St.
yeah.
Jude? I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I feel torn. But either way,
Tori is.
Not anymore.
where's Tori? Hello? There. Oh yeah. Let's go ahead, and I don't think I can't even remember the last time I raided Tori. I've gotten to raid Zen a few times. So let's go ahead and raid Trick or Tori. Another side questy. Thanks, Paul. I appreciate it. I hope you had a good time. And again, if you think anyone else would enjoy this, the one shot, I'm gonna put it up on YouTube. So go ahead and tell them to watch it. You can do !YouTube for the link to whatever my latest video is. And we'll be raising money all month. So any shares, it really helps us out. Helps get eyes on the campaign. If you're not a sub, the raid message is in chat. Replace the emotes. Pick your favorite emotes. Pick your favorite streamer. Show them some love. And we'll go say hi to Tori. Thanks so much, everyone. Did I make an ending screen? I did. Look at me. Who am I? I have an ending screen because St. Jude gave us assets that we can use. Because I don't have one for my own stream. Why would I? All right, let's go say hi to Tori. Bye, y'all.
Hi, everyone.
Raid. Click raid. Raid now. Okay. Okay. It work?
Yay!
It
I
work.
tried to copy No Man's Sky.
What?
Oh, really?